All right. Welcome to our second session of the fourth chapter of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure titled The Dreadmist Curse. It's been designed by GUI Cube and presented by the Greater Mulemaster Beholder Corps, where we hope tonight that your minds will be open to wonder. We are a program that's powered by the Tabletop Misfits, and as always, perfect attendance. Playing today are Zane and Mark
Howdy.
and Lee,
Hello.
the mighty Trey,
Hey.
and Chris. And I am Casey, also known as the emissary of the Great Mother. Without my beholder hat on because it's still in Denver because I haven't had a chance to get it. You know, I went to a convention.
Oh man.
I went to GaryCon and I didn't have my beholder hat and I felt naked the entire time. I really did. I was like, I hadn't been to a convention in a long time without that hat, and I'm like, this was
Yes.
bad.
You
And it was
gotta wear
big
a
time
cloak
too.
Besides the hat, then you're not naked.
Well, no, I had a kilt on, but
Yeah, I went to the store at the beginning of COVID. Everybody told me, well, everybody's just wearing masks, and I went to the store, and they're like, well, these people have pants and shirts on too. What the hell?
yeah. I see what you did there. All right. Well, as we go with that, but I ask you my aberrations. Shall we begin?
I.
Well, I think the eyes have it. Behold. See what I did there? Behold, we stand at a crossroads. Yet a decision has been made. So what info might our contact in the bog town hold? Let us travel there and find out. So, previously on the Red Star Rising campaign, who wants to give us a quick summary of the last session? Quick summary.
Oh, I didn't even have my document open yet.
Anybody remember what we did the last time? Because it was, three?
Well, we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
We did run into a couple of dark elves that told us that they were working to try to against their own people to try to save the world, basically.
Cedric Degar and Aegis Dequi.
Yes.
Dark.
Gesundheit.
Well, along with Bondur Strack.
Yeah. Yeah, they're part of the agents of Avendune, and their main purpose is to track down the dark elves that have filtered themselves to the overworld, that are basically doing bad things, as most dark elves do, in most circumstances. And they don't want the dark elf world that's in the Underdelve to get a bad rap, and so they're trying to help track these people down, especially a cult of Flemmeresh, the god of rot, and see if they can do something about that. And they're pretty well convinced that this cult was the ones who had taken your family and killed them. Massacred them from a couple sessions previous, and that there's a possibility that they had taken prisoners because not all the bodies were found, including the children and the spell dancers and such. So there was concern about that. They also led you to believe that there were some relations to the Butcher clan, of which you guys are essentially sworn enemies of at this point,
And the
living in the town
Shiners.
of Stuckshow. And they mentioned that they have a agent named
Matthias Overton.
no, Matthias Overton is not the name of the
him.
agent.
Sorry.
Trendon.
Yeah, Trendon
Oh,
is the name of the agent,
Trendon.
but the code word in order to be able to talk with this agent is to use the name Matthias Overton and a blunted steel sword in the same sentence. So that's kind of your code phrase for talking to the guy to make sure that he knows who you are and what information you're trying to get from him. And through that process, they said that they would meet you on the opposite side of the King's Crossing, which, if you look at the
Yep.
map, is up to the northeast. And, based on this map, this is kind of a regional map that is about 2 days travel from here. And they said they'd meet you on the other side of the King's Crossing where somebody is pinging 6 days hence. But if you were planning on going to Stuck Show and meeting with him to get some information, and then you could share that information with them while they were seeking other information that they could share with you. And after much discussion, the decision was made at the end of the last session to go ahead and take the trek to Stuck Show, because Salvenza, on her deathbed, had said you needed to go and meet with Verasis and Prondal, and you knew that pretty much the only friends that you had left alive in this world were probably back in Nevermore, and that was a direction you could have chosen too. Or you could have just traipsed off into the bog in the middle of, massive amounts of snow and tried to track your people where there were no tracks to go and follow
That
anyway.
doesn't. Yeah, no.
So, you had choices, and your choice was to go to Stuck Show, so that's what we're doing. And then a most epic and heartwarming prayer was said by Kimber, earning him inspiration. So, Kimber, you have inspiration for this session.
Thank you.
And that's pretty much a overview of what happened. Now, we are starting a new session. You guys out leveled up the last time, but let me go ahead and let you guys roll for GUI reward. So everybody, give me a D20 roll. Let's get back on that track, shall we?
The new quest of the Black Veil Troop continues.
The Black Veil Troop. Yes.
That's the opposite
And
of what you wanted,
Fleegan
Fleegan.
starts it off right.
All right. Theros, try harder. Gror, nah, not really. Kenna, not
Nope.
even. But yeah, Kember ain't gonna happen. And Fleegan, we're just gonna ignore that roll. All right.
You lose a GUI reward.
All right. Let me switch back over to where I can see faces here. All right.
While Fleegan is sharpening his daggers, he accidentally cuts himself.
Of course. So let us begin, shall we?
We shall.
So you guys head up on the road. The track towards Stuck Show is covered in snow. But even still, you can see imprints beneath the blanket of white implying a number of horses, and at least one wagon traveled this way during the recent storm. This certainly lends credence to the idea that some of the Bog Town were connected to the attack on your troop. What will you find there? It is possible some of your kin are being held in the town. Maybe. So, as you travel, the questions swirl in your minds, like the steam from your breath clouds about your faces. What are you guys thinking about as you're traveling? Start with Theros.
Revenge.
Revenge.
Counting the number of dead that I wish to pile up as we embark on this quest of getting our people back.
It's like counting sheep. Kind of lulls you into a little bit of a trance.
If I remember
Theros.
correctly, we have a wagon we're traveling on, right?
Correct. We have a wagon and we have
Yeah.
those four gray horses, the Shugenshire Greys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ken will probably be riding Vizen, which is one of the female And
So you're not
wasn't it barding?
riding. So who's leading the who's on the wagon? Who's leading the wagon and the pack horses for the wagon?
I mean, I could do
Fleegan will
that.
be riding on the wagon.
Kimber, I
So
guess. Sure.
Kimber's driving the wagon. Okay. All right. And Ken is on a horse. Yeah.
Yep.
Grow right on the wagon,
Grower's up on the wagon. Okay.
riding shotgun with the double crossbow.
Okay. So I would guess a couple of horses then are just kind of being pulled from behind the wagon.
Tied to the wagon, yeah.
They're just kind of tied to the wagon. Okay. And then is Theros up on a wagon, maybe up front, or not on the wagon, on a horse up front? I think we lost Theros.
I think we did.
Possible.
Okay. Yeah, he froze. So.
Well, Fleegan will be sitting on top of the wagon with the Cirrus Seeing Stone, Mother Savin's Seeing Stone, and is kind of obsessed with it.
Kind of help describe what you mean by being obsessed with it.
Well, he's peering into it very intently and holding it up to the light so he can see through it, and just seems very focused on it.
Okay. And Grower, you said you're up on the wagon too, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ride shotgun with Kimber driving it.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then Kenna is you're riding a horse. Are you kind of in the back there, Kenna, or where are
I'm
you?
kind of actually a little more towards the front, kind of doing what my dad used to do for the troop, leading a little bit in the front, keeping an eye out for any danger up ahead, and kind of pathfinding to get us where we need to go safely.
Okay. Theros, then I assume you're riding a horse then. Where are you? Are you kind of in front of the wagon? Or are you behind the wagon? What are you doing?
Since my daughter came in and distracted me, I'm not sure where everyone else is.
Well, Kimber's driving the wagon. Grower is sitting shotgun. Fleegan is sitting up on top of the wagon, staring at Mother Salmence's Seeing Stone. Kenna is kind of leading ahead, just kind of watching the trail up front.
Then I'll ride a horse behind.
You'll ride a horse off the back. Okay. Okay.
I can see him on one of the males, Erden or Mance. They're light war horses with barding, so.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Thank you for that. All right. So, Blaken, did you have anything more to say about your activities, or are you pretty
That's pretty good. Yeah. I'm not really paying attention to most of the surroundings around me.
all right. Hey, Theros. Theros, did I lose you again?
Yes.
There he is.
Okay, you're there. Okay, all right. Your camera just keeps cutting out. So, but as long as you're there, you said you were basically counting the bodies, and your mind is off, kind of wandering as you're doing so. And let me find it. Hang on a second. There we are. So as you're doing that, your mind kind of wanders off, and you almost go into a little bit of a kind of a self-induced, what would I call it? Kind of a trance sort of thing. You second. You just feel like you're taking flight like a bird. And you have this feeling of great freedom and exhilaration in the experience as you see yourself begin to rise up and fly high into the sky. You're just kind of off in that area, feeling almost free of this burden of the hate and the guilt and that you almost feel about what has taken place. And it's a nice sensation. But unfortunately, you feel yourself starting to fall off the horse in this reverie, and it kind of shakes you back to reality, and you find that you're still riding on this horse, trying not to fall off of it as you're trudging through the snow. As that's happening, so. But with that kind of describing the scene, the ground is covered in several inches of snow as you travel along the path. It's not, but maybe an hour or so before you come to a small crossroads, where you see a trail that heads off towards the southeast, with a crossroads sign that shows Prondadal along the King's Highway, and a small sign showing Stuck Show down that road that goes off to the side. And as you turn to head off of the main road onto that road that heads towards Stuck Show, very quickly you start to get a little bit deeper into the bog, and the overgrowth is thicker and the ground is just a bit warmer, for whatever reason in the bog area. And so though it's still snow covered, the snow's a lot more slushy, especially it being daytime at this point. And so as you move through it, the horses move a little slower. You have to kind of pick your way a little bit slower because the horses could slip easily in it, and they kind of slop through what's almost kind of a soft ground. The ground's actually not frozen, but the sky is overcast, and there is a bitter wind that just kind of cuts through you on one of those kind of overcast, cloudy, humid days that we've all experienced before. And so it's really not that pleasant of a ride, unfortunately. As the day goes on, the sky is threatening another storm coming, but really in this case, nothing really happens as far as sleet or rain or even maybe just a few smattering of flurries here and there as you travel is all. So it just seems like there's a good possibility that there could be a snowstorm coming here soon again. So it's kind of a dreary day that you move through. So, what are you thinking about while you're traveling here?
Ken is trying to focus on the task. She keeps being distracted slightly by thinking about, her mom and that she might still be alive. And the youngins, youngstas. But she keeps coming to this real deep, heavy-hearted sorrow about her father, and the fact that they never got to have that conversation that he was trying to have with her.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it was that he felt he had to talk to her about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And Gror, what are you feeling or thinking or doing while you're traveling in this dreary day in this sloppy snow and muck under the snow.
Or doesn't seem quite himself. He's very quiet, other than maybe a sound of like grinding his teeth or cracking his knuckles occasionally, scraping the edges on blades, and seems very grim and just solemn.
With a loud caw, your attention is grabbed, and it kind of breaks you all from your reverie as you look up into the sky and you see a small raven flying overhead. It just kind of calls out, but all of you see this because it was unnaturally loud as it flies over your heads.
That's going to put Kenna on edge. She's going to be much more wary about her surroundings now.
Okay, why don't you give me a perception check?
Oh, I'm good at that. Or not that good, yeah.
Well,
I'm okay, I guess.
yeah, you look up and you see what almost seems like wisps of smoke kind of filtering through the air above the trees as you're passing deeper into the bog here, and you realize from this that there seems to be a light mist that's kind of rising up from the ground and floating up into the trees. In the midst of this icky, dreary, swampy sort of day. Just this misty, foggy sort of thing.
I'll have my bow out just in case.
Roar mutters something that maybe only Kimber could hear about. It's an omen.
Kimber just sort of grunts at that, sort of in agreement, but he also in hoping that it's not true.
Yeah.
Trying
And
to sound non-committal.
if you've ever in our real world spent time on a foggy, misty day in the south when it's like 36 degrees outside and it doesn't want to snow but it doesn't want to rain either, it's cold, it just kind of clings to you, and the mist just feels like it wants to just soak into your bones, and your fingers are cold, and you're kind of slipping, and it's like, can it just either snow or can it rain or do something? It can't figure out what it wants to be. Does it want to be foggy, or what is it? It's just kind of ick.
Well, after that description, I whisper back to Roar that perhaps we're dead too, and this is what we all see after we die.
He says, no, that's the one thing we're not.
Well, after some go ahead.
Wigan would like to look up and see if there's anything familiar with that raven.
Okay, give me a history check.
Seems like I can remember how to get back to my sheet.
If double click on your character token.
If double click on it.
Yeah, double click is not working.
Shift double click.
I tried that too.
Did you pop it out and maybe down somewhere?
Yeah, I found it a different one. History. Oh yeah, I'm great at that.
Okay. Yeah. You're not sure if you've seen it before. You've seen ravens before, and it looks like many other ravens. But it just kind of flies overhead and then flies off into the mist. That's it. Yeah, I think that was very good timing for that sound effect. If anybody's listening to the soundtrack in the background. but I know somebody helped enhance that a little bit. After some time of traveling, you come upon a series of tracks on the side of the road. They appear to be of an odd shape and do not seem to head into the woods at all. In fact, they seem to simply stop without any evidence of another mode of travel for the one or ones who made them. You see 3 immense footprints crossing perpendicular to the length of the King's Highway. Though of typically humanoid shape, they seem too large for even the likes of an ogre or even a troll. What do you guys do?
Hannah's going to examine them closely with, thinking about her dad, what her dad taught her, and see if she can identify what made them possibly. Like, was it a hill giant or?
Do you get down off of your horse, or you
I
just kind of?
do. Yeah, I
Okay,
would.
so you guys kind of stop, hold up there, and she's leading, and she sees these. She hops off the horse and gets down. Go ahead and give me a survival check, please, to see if you can
Boy, I'm
figure out
just
what these
rolling
tracks are.
tens for everything
Yeah.
today. I am the
Um,
10 roller.
Right in the middle.
Yep.
The interesting thing is they don't seem to continue into the woods on either side. They just kind of seem to be across the road. And they don't seem to come from anywhere or stop anywhere, but they seem to be leading from right to left across the road. And oddly enough, each print has only 4 shaped toes instead of the 5 that you would normally think from a humanoid. It's but it's kind of difficult to determine whether they're melting into the strange shape or if they were left by some colossal clawed foot.
I'm going to assume the latter because the former wouldn't make sense for all of them to melt into the same shape. Definitely take a look around and see if there's anything that I think is out of whack from the sides of the road.
Just go ahead and give me a perception check on that. Anybody else do anything?
Grore's gonna hop down
There be
from the wagon
dragons
and go to help her on the side.
Okay.
Thank you, Roar.
Yeah, I think in this case she had already kind of done her investigation of the footprint. So Gror, why don't you go ahead and roll a survival check as well? Yeah, Ken, as you just kind of look around and really focus off towards the the bog on either side of the road, you don't get the impression that there's anything out there ready to jump on you.
Okay.
The sounds of the bog seem to be there. You don't really see anything, and you're pretty good at this, and so you're
No
pretty
odd
confident.
silence or that.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
pretty confident that there's nothing here right now.
Okay.
And Gror comes over and kind of looks at that and tries to basically kind of gets in your way. And you just kind of look at him and give him the look like shut it, go back to your horse.
Actually, she'll basically step back and be like, "I'll let him do his thing.
Okay.
He wants to help. I'll let him do it."
All right. Anybody else or anything else you guys are doing here?
Kimber's just watching and everybody what they're doing, kind of looking around past them, but mostly into the fog. But I'm really just wanting to stay with the wagon because if something happens, I don't want the wagon dashing off down the road.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Theros will ride up, look at the footprints, look at everyone gawking at the footprints. Let's get a move on. We have vengeance to disperse.
Hello, my name is Theros. You killed my.
You killed my parents. Brother.
Exactly.
Prepare to be
You killed,
grappled.
you killed my
Not
troop.
disperse. Dispense.
You guys head on.
Got the wrong dis.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for us to linger here, so I'll encourage us to get moving. Get
It's
back
a
on
day
my
of-
horse.
As the day of traveling continues, a stillness hovers around you. The occasional chatter of wildlife or a call of a bird seems distant and muffled. The only creak of your wagon and the clop of your horses and the murmur of your conversations pierce the foreboding heaviness. And trees begin to crowd the road, and their leafless branches forming a claustrophobic tunnel that only adds to this quiet. However, in a few places, the path widens, especially at the turns where it weaves its way through the forested wetlands. And the mist really begins to kind of thicken and rise up as well, really setting an eerie tone for your travels. And as you approach a slight bend in the road, you notice that there is a rather large tree stump protruding from the ground. It is clean cut and perhaps 2 feet or so in diameter. That is not so unusual, as loggers have undoubtedly worked in this area in the past annums. But the intriguing thing about the stump is that sitting on the flat of its top is what appears to be a pie.
Okay.
Looks really good, guys.
Let's see. It's not
No.
March 14.
No. You don't eat a strange pie off a stump in the bog.
You do
Or
after
just
your,
gold and
after your
but the-
friend tries one.
Are there any other signs around the stump that like it's a place for offerings?
just go
Arcs
ahead and,
or-
you can give me an investigation to see if you see anything like that. But I was going to say the crust is golden browned, and it has slits in it that allow the steam to escape. I mean, it just looks really good.
Is there any forks next to the pie?
No, there's no forks next to the pie.
Oh, how
Um,
sad.
Yeah, Gror, looks to see if there's any sign, and he's somewhat distracted by the pie because it sits in a clay dish that looks somewhat familiar. It's clearly not been there for very long.
Disbelief.
Familiar?
There's no way there's just a hot pie sitting on a stump in the middle of the bog for no reason.
Technically-
No.
It was steaming or hot, right? It's just
I guess it was
a pie.
steaming, yeah.
Actually, there's
he
steam
said there's
coming up
steam
out of the
coming off
slits.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, then I definitely don't trust it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a mimic.
That was
It's a
the last
pie mix.
2% I had left. Okay.
What do you guys do? Nothing to see here.
I gotta check this pie out. I'm going to go down there. Because why not? I've been inside turtles. I can be inside a pie too.
Gror will cover him with the
Same. I've got
crossbow.
my bow out, and I'm like, oh god, this
I'm
cannot
sorry.
go well.
This is when this stream gets changed to not safe for work, and I say, "This American Pie moment." Anybody? He's got.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, but
Sure, that's
thanks
Fleegan's
for
plan.
asking.
I'm almost positive. That's...
We curse occasionally. It's not that family friendly.
All right.
If we hear Fleegan's belt open up, we're We're leaving him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Full gallop, gone.
So I would like to check for traps because you always have to check for traps around the pond.
Okay,
As
go ahead
long
and
as
give
you
me a
keep your
perception
belt
check.
buckled while you do it, it's okay.
You know that whole
That would be
traps where the
unfortunate.
pie flies in your face. I'm fully expecting that to happen.
All right.
I've dealt with door
Give me a
mimics. I've never
perception
dealt
check.
with a pie mimic.
A pie mimic, yes.
Yeah, I went to open a door in our normal weekly game, and yeah, the door was a
Oops.
mimic. That was fun.
Wrong one. There's
Wrong
my
one.
perception.
Yeah, perception, not persuasion.
persuasion.
I'm gonna
There you go.
convince the pie to be cool, man.
Hey, baby, how you
All right.
doing? You're a
Hey,
pie.
you rolled a 17 each time. Look at that. Okay. That works.
Wow.
It wanted you to roll a 17. Okay.
Yep.
The pie looks very tasty. It smells of winterberry. And it looks like it hadn't been there for much time. I mean, it's not super hot, but it's warm enough compared to the air around it, so it's still steaming a little bit. And as far as traps, your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Your guess is as good
you're
as
definitely very
pie.
wary of it. There you go.
I give it a 3.14% chance of having.
Ooh.
Roll a d20,
Okay,
please,
so
Kenna.
Fliggin,
Kenna, roll a d20.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was epic. Oh, look at that. You needed a 20, but you were close. Oh, you were so close. You were so close. But, all right. I have half a mind
so
to give it to
Fliggin
you.
in his voice will say, "Hello, anybody out there? Does this pie belong to you? Speak now or forever be my tummy."
You hear a caw coming from a tree, some distance off, but it kind of pulls you from
Appropriate
looking
on
at
the
the pie,
soundtrack.
and there's a raven sitting up in the top of one of the trees, almost mocking you as you're calling out to see if anybody left their pie there. How many GUI rewards do you have, Kenna?
1.
1? Okay,
Yep.
roll for a GUI reward.
Righty.
All right. Laugh in the face of danger. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
That's cool. So yeah, that's about all that happens, Fleegan. And your toes are getting cold standing in the slush. And your stomach starts to rumble because this pie smells really good and it looks really tasty. I mean, it's just got that crystallized sugar on top, that when you take a bite of it, it's just going to set your teeth tingling, and the sourness of the winterberry along with that sweet is just going to you're starting to water a little bit in your mouth thinking of how you're going to savor each bite of this thing.
Pretty sure we
Francisco
have.
Fleegan, even the bird is warning you and laughing at the very thought of eating this pie. Don't
So-
do it.
I'm pretty sure we've got some
We can-
antitoxins just in case.
Fliggin will look at the raven and say, "Now you'll get whatever's left after I'm done."
Okay.
Take out one of his knives and swoosh, swoosh, slices a piece of pie.
Okay. Nice. You take out a piece of pie and
Take out a piece of pie.
uh-huh.
Make sure the
All
pie's
right.
not bleeding.
You slice the pie,
Make sure the pie's not
and Fleegan's really, really good with his daggers and his knives, and so you guys are impressed with the precision that he's able to use to cut this thing in a nice, even, 8 slices as he, cuts across the top and then crosses that and crosses that and crosses that, and yeah, no teeth grow out of it. It doesn't jump at him and bite him or anything like that. And so then he, takes his knife and he digs into the into the dish and pulls out this beautiful piece of pie. It's just the right firmness. It's not oozing all over the place, but it just looks super tasty and I mean one of the best pies you've probably ever seen in your life. And it
Casey,
smells so
just,
good. The smell
just,
wafts up from it, and it's tantalizing.
just so you know,
Gore scoffs and heads back to the wagon now.
I do have a love of pie, Casey, and you are like getting all over that.
I'm torturing you right now. I know. Okay.
Yeah, my
So
wife loves
Fleegan,
cake. I love pie. So
Fleegan, what do you do?
Fleegan will walk back to Theros and say, "Theros, got you a piece of pie."
Nice. Oh, the aroma of that pie is sweet and strong and very inviting. Theros, as it enters your nostrils.
Okay, dear.
Very well then. As the leader, I'll take a bite of the pie.
All right. So, Fleegan, do you let him take the pie off and grab it and take a big old bite out of it?
It's that or your
Well,
hand.
Of course, I'm
whichever.
not going to let him have it. I'm going to eat it.
Okay. That's why. I
Just
asked.
as he's reaching for it, I'll swipe it back and say, "Ha ha, get your own."
I'll try to stop him.
I'm going to have you guys do a contest. So you guys choose whether you're going to roll acrobatics or athletics yourself, and each of you go ahead and roll, and the higher number will determine the result.
Oh, again, rocks.
Oh.
Oh.
So Fleegan goes to snatch the pie back just as Theros is reaching for it, and Theros can be quick. He's got some strong muscles there, and those can respond quite quickly and everything like that. And he goes to grab it, and just as your hand tries to close around the pie, Fleegan, instead of doing what you expected, does this slight finesse feint move where it just kind of slips the wrong direction. And even though you were for sure that your hand would go right up underneath that pie and you'd have it ready to take a big bite out of it, the next thing you know is you're raising it to your mouth to grape that bite. It's not in your hand, and Fleegan has it in his hand, and he's taking a bite out of it. A warm, savory, sensational bite as he gives you the eyes of triumph.
I'll walk past him and slap him really hard on the back and say, "Enjoy it."
Okay. Fleegan, give me a give me a Constitution saving throw.
yeah.
Oh, he didn't fumble. I wanted him to choke on it. Boy, he does enjoy that. This thing tastes good. I mean, it tastes really good. And it's just slightly warm enough to feel really nice inside the mouth. And again, as I described earlier, that the sweetness of it is offset by the tartness of the winterberry, and it tastes like what you remember Sunacy making. She would make winterberry hand pies with the winterberries that weren't right for Stoof and Lena to make their winterberry cordial, and the joy and the sensation of this beautiful taste of this wonderful pie is immediately soured by the searing memory of seeing her in death upon the ground just a day previous to that.
This pie sucks.
So why are we stopping for pie here?
Because it's pie.
Don't you guys think this is a little weird that there's a warm pie sitting here and there's no one around?
Excessively, yes.
Am I the only one that finds this odd?
No. You are not the only
After
one.
what we've seen, no, this is not really that out of the ordinary.
I can honestly say we've seen stranger, but still.
I will walk up to where the pie tin is.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick it up,
Okay.
and Fleegan's already cut pieces out of it, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
walk
So you're,
back to everyone
you're
else.
holding this pie in your hand. What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it's in a pie tin, right? I assume.
Yeah, it's in a pie dish. It's a clay dish. It's not a tin. It's a clay dish.
Okay.
And give me a history check. Theros.
Hold on. Did it roll? I'm having some difficulty.
There it
is.
with the system here.
Heard it. Yep. Just heard it.
Oh. Yeah.
What's
Well, you got
history?
your fumble out of the way.
Yeah, works for me. All
Yeah.
right. All right, guys. I'll start handing out pieces of the pie to everyone. Here's a piece of pie for you, Kenna.
And I'll
Grower,
take
here's
it.
yours. Remember,
I don't want
here's
any.
yours. Nobody wants anything?
No, Ken, I'll take one if you hand it to her.
Okay. Quimber, here's yours.
Okay.
I assume it's like an 8 cut or something like that, right?
Yeah. 8 pieces. Yeah.
All right. Everyone who wants a piece of pie, have one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get back on my horse and eat the rest of the pie. Let's go.
Takes this big hand and he
Well, that's one.
stuffs it in his face, and it tastes good. It actually tastes really good. I mean, it's enjoyable for you. Anybody else eat their pie?
I'm gonna wrap mine up and hold on to it.
Okay. You
Wrap
have like
it.
a cloth or something.
Yeah, we've actually got a blue handkerchief that we found
Mm,
during our travels, and I will go ahead
Yeah.
and wrap it in that.
Okay. Yeah, once it's cut and it's out of the thing, the cool air and everything like that really cools it down, and it kind of
Yep.
congeals, and it becomes, a lot harder, and it's easy to kind of wrap up without it getting, kind of oozing around and stuff. So,
I'll see if either of them have any problems later, and then I'll worry about eating it or not.
so
Uh,
Fliggin took a bite. Theros ate his pieces. Kember.
I ate the rest of, well, so what? I ate half the pie.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have a tummy ache.
Hey, the Raven wanted some.
Kimber feels it's his duty to be alive to resurrect the others if he possibly can with removed poison. So he really wants to eat it. Don't get me wrong. He's not throwing that thing away. He's going to eat it if they don't die.
That's basically what Kenna just did. It's like,
Yeah,
nope, hold on.
Pretty much.
So Kimber, you wrap it up and save it for later, or you just kind of wait and see if they keel over dead?
I'm not going to
before
wait
you-
too long. I want to eat my
Yeah.
pie.
Yeah, a few minutes in, nothing seems to be affecting them. Theros is pretty much chomping at the bit to get moving. He wolfed his down. So
Oh,
we all
yeah.
we all know what that can happen. But he's a big boy too. He's used to wolfing things down. So his gut might be able to handle it. We'll see.
He does have a big mouth.
Well, the mouth to size ratio is definitely taken by you, Fleegan.
Or do you eat any pie? Does Gror eat any pie?
No, he wants no pie.
He wants no pie. What do you do with your slice of pie that he hands you, or did he not hand you one?
I denied him the.
You denied him
opportunity
3
to
times.
bestow pies.
I ate his slice.
Okay. That's okay. I get it now. Okay. All right. So Kimber, yeah, nothing really seems to happen after a few more minutes, and Theros is pretty much egging you guys to move on. So you go ahead and eat yours. Kemper?
I get the starting part.
Yeah, after a while I'll eat it because I gotta drive the horses and I can't have a piece
Yeah.
of pie in my hand. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it tastes really good. It's a little colder now because you waited a little bit, so it's not as a pleasurable experience as the others might have had eating theirs, but it still was quite tasty. So
Well, I thank Kismia for this being lucky to come across this piece of pie, and I thank Jinx for it not being a trick on us, if that's so.
So
that sounds
far.
good.
Yet.
All right. Well, you guys continue on.
Kenna believes that eating pie is something you do in private. It's a very intimate thing. So
Sure, it is.
Okay.
And as you're watching American Pie.
Whatever gets your. Yes.
Yes. Well, you travel on, and you reach a large clearing where the snow lies in patches over what is likely a small meadow or a glade. There is no breeze, but the air is chill and it's crisp. The sky, as I described earlier, is overcast, and this low mist lingers at the edges of the clearing. And the road enters the forest more than 100 feet away across the snowy glade, but is not directly opposite where you are standing. The silence sits as heavy as the wet snow, and the horses stop without you commanding them to, and they wait expectantly for a decision.
okay. Looking around, is there anything that I can see that would have caused this?
Give me a perception check. Okay. Anybody else? It's like Groar's looking around,
I'll
seeing
look
if anything's
behind
going
us.
on. Okay. Theros looks behind. Kimber's peeking around. Theros, give me a
Looking
perception check.
Left, right, and forward.
Notice.
Okay.
Fleegan is thinking about pie.
Fleegan's thinking about pie. Okay.
Again.
All right. All right. Groar,
Do
you
we have
a
any
feeling.
strange footprints again?
No, you kind of see the tracks moving, moving in a kind of a circular pattern across the glade, as if the road, kind of not circular, but the road kind of weaves and turns through the glade, as if that's where the road was, and the tracks had kind of followed that. But like we said, you kind of come in one direction, and it seems as if the trail and everything leads into the forest across the glade, 100 plus feet away, kind of more off to your left, and you would think that the road kind of turns towards that direction. So Groar, as you're looking at that, you have this. I don't know. Your intuition is telling you that maybe it would be better just to get across this glade as quickly as you can, and just kind of take a shortcut just right straight across towards the exit back onto the trail into the bog forest area. That's what you think. Kenna and Kimber, you're feeling very uneasy about this place, especially the way that the horses are acting. They don't usually stop of their own accord like that, but they're not exhibiting any other signs of trepidation for any reason. And Theros, you look behind and you think, well, there's going back really is the wrong direction, and we do need to move forward, but it's the trees behind you feel, I don't know. There's a sense about this area that it sets you kind of on edge. I guess is the right term. So I don't know. What do you guys do?
Kenna's gonna look to see if she can find a alternate path around the clearing that doesn't put us too deeply into the bog.
Okay. So are you gonna kind of head that direction on your own?
I'm gonna let the guys know what I'm doing and then kind of do in that direction.
Okay.
Will the wagon be able to follow Kenna, or
That's
am I
what
just
I'm-
kind of waiting?
That's what I'm checking out. So
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll wait then. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys all kind of stop and wait as Kenna kind of forges off around to see if there's kind of a path around the edge that you can get through. Yeah, you go. I don't know about. You lead your horse about 3 steps or so off of the trail, and it's real kind of muddy and sloshy, and the you really the hooves and the ankles of the
Yeah.
horse sink down into the mud
yep,
a lot more than you're used to, and you realize that that's probably
backing right
not-
up. Yep, backing right up.
Yeah.
No go, guys. I can only see that we've got one alternative, and that is to go through this clearing. Might I suggest you let me go first and follow if everything looks fine?
Cue encounter music.
Gror nods and says "I," and he stands up in the buckboard with the crossbow ready to fire or
Who's
cover.
got the jumping ring?
I was asking if anyone else wanted to let me have it, but
Did you say cue the encounter music?
You encounter music. There it is. So why don't you leave your horse back here with that
Yeah.
jumping ring? If something comes out, you can jump out.
I can jump back. Yeah.
Yep.
So, well, it takes attunement. So I would have had to have attuned to it this morning. If
It's fine with me to let you
Okay.
have it.
okay,
So
anyone else have a problem with that? If not, then I will have attuned to it. If that's okay with Casey.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine with me. The way I typically do attunement is that you have to have put it on and spent time inspecting it and seeing what its powers do and all that kind of thing. So and then you're attuned to it. Yeah, for sure. So
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Then Kenna has
All right,
the
well,
ring of
hold your
jumping,
horse
and I
back
will.
here. Hold your horse back here.
I would
Yep,
cast
I will-
Spare the Dying on you, but it's an after effect, not before.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Do you have your mage shield on?
I do have mage armor up. I cast it this morning, so we're good there. So thank God for that ring.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what are you
so
doing?
I get off the horse. I will go ahead and summon my. No, not going to summon it yet, but I'll be thinking about summoning the Sword of Speed. And I am going to try to move across the clearing to the other side as quickly as possible.
All right.
If anything comes at me, boing,
Okay. So you
leaping
move
away.
forward. Do you guys follow her immediately, or are you letting her move forward some ways?
Let her go forward. Actually, let's wait until she crosses the entire clearing. How
Yep.
how wide is it again?
It's a good. It's probably a good 150 feet, something like that. It's a ways.
That might be a little too much, but let her get say a third of the way across.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll dismount
between 50 and 75.
Yeah, I'll dismount
Alright.
and be ready for any combat, and we'll have to take the horses by the reins.
Okay.
On the wagon.
Okay. Yeah. Do this here. Well, this is what I want to do. Never mind. This is what I wanted to do. Okay. Boop. All right. Did you guys change maps?
Sure did.
Okay.
Snowy.
Snowy. Very snowy. Okay. So old Kenna here. She's gonna start heading along the road there.
Dan's horse, but yes.
What's that?
Without the horse, but yes.
You got off the horse.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get dismount and I'm going across on foot. So
Okay. What'd you do with the horse?
left
Tied
it
to
back
the
with
wagon.
Theros. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll dismount as well. I see that Quimber's on one side. I'll take the other side.
Okay.
And the
All right,
horse-
Kimber's up on the wagon there.
He's driving.
But you could
he's
you
driving.
could tie the horses to the wagon.
Yeah, tie the
perhaps.
horses to
Yeah.
the wagon, and then
Yeah.
Gord, do you want to take the other side?
I'm kind of
Megan, you
standing
wanna-
up on the buckboard right now. I like have
Megan?
some height to shoot far or see far. Yeah.
Because I hate to leave the side of the wagon
Hmm.
open, but I'll walk along the front of the horses.
Bleegan's on top of the wagon.
Yep.
He should be able to protect all the sides of the wagon, especially from Pi.
Of course I can.
My concern is if something comes up from underneath the wagon.
There's that too.
Bleegan is willing to climb under the wagon.
I've done that myself.
All right. So, Kenna heads on up the trail a ways, about 25 feet or so. You're careful. You want to make sure that you're not going off the path either way, and the
Yeah,
and sludge
also-
on either side.
Also making sure that I don't see anything like weird toadstool rings or, anything like that. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Okay. Well, as you move forward about whatever that was, how far did I move you forward? There about 20 feet, something like
Yeah.
that. Kimber, you've been ever vigilant this whole time, really watching everything, and you see ripples in the snow just off to the right of the trail, near where Kenna is passing along the trail. And as you do that,
I
Kenna, you
worm.
actually feel the ground start to actually shake as if there's a minor tremor or something like that within the ground as you're moving.
it's the glass of water that's.
yes.
Well,
Glass
in
of-
front of you.
Oh God, there's a
pointed-
T-Rex.
I pointed out to everybody on the wagon with me, and I start. What is that?
Yeah, I
Alright.
will summon the sword and attempt to leap away if something comes out of the ground at me.
Does
Okay.
Gorth see the same thing that Kimber's pointing at, or do I think
No.
it's the...
Yeah, Gror didn't really see that, but what does happen, as everybody kind of stands on in and the horses kind of stamp and snort. All of a sudden, this is all kind of happening at the same time. The horses begin to stamp and snort. The Kimber sees this. He kind of calls out. Everybody looks, and as you regard the area, a number of thick tendrils shoot up from beneath the snow, scattering mud and ooze everywhere. And the appendages are scaled with barbed hooks on their ends, leading back to a common point where something terrifying lurks under the ground. And the horses buck and they whinny, ready to bolt at any moment. And I want everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh my god! I just posted something like that. No.
Eye worms, I tell you, they want the pie.
Hi, worms.
Oh my god, they're fishing for you. They got fish hooks on them.
All right, so let's get some initiative
Oh
going.
God. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love the look of that. Let me roll initiative here.
Let's bring this thing up here. All right. Show.
I got a 1.
Nice roll.
Roar's like, what?
Do you have a GUI reward with advantage on initiative?
I actually do.
You gonna use it?
I don't know. is.
Not to tell you what to do, but now is probably
Right.
a good time to use that.
I'm pretty sure I do have
Yeah.
it. Where is that at? Is it in
If you look in your journal, there's an area that
Yeah.
says GUI rewards. If you open that
it's advantage with initiative roll. I'll take it, I guess.
up, you
Yeah,
haven't
go ahead and use
added my new one yet either.
I have one
Yeah.
too. I'm going to use mine also.
Okay. Alright, so-
You haven't added laugh in the face of danger to mine yet.
Okay, let me do that real quick. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me.
So I get to roll again.
Alright, so that's going to go to Kenna. Alright, you should have laugh in face of
Yep.
danger now, so
See it
initiative
now.
rolls. So Kimber and Gror are both using their
Yeah, that's
re-rolls
better.
and their initiative. Okay.
That's much better.
Alright.
That's mildly better for Quimber.
Yeah.
So let's turn the turn order on and oh, you know what, we're gonna have to add you guys. I don't think anybody had their token
Yeah.
selected.
I
when they
did,
rolled.
yeah.
It didn't work though.
Apparently.
Yeah, I had mine, and that didn't work.
Alright, that's fine. I will we'll get this taken care of real quick here. Hang on just a second. Manager. Oh, now they showed up.
Suddenly they're there.
That's weird.
And it's correct.
Weird for me too.
Okay. Let me
They're
get rid
making a
this
lot
thing.
of updates and changes to
Yeah.
Roll20, and most of them have been good, but it has caused some bugs.
Okay, so Theros looks right. Gror's looks right. Kenna's. Did everybody get theirs? Everybody's look right?
Mhm.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Alright. A 0, really?
Yep, that's what it
Yes.
How do
Must
I
be
roll
correct.
a 0? Oh, I
It's got a
rolled
negative
a...
two.
I rolled a 2.
And it's got a
With a
-2
negative
to its
2.
because of its dexterity. Yep.
Well, it's
Yeah,
flailing all over the place, which is good for you guys. So there's these
Doesn't
giant...
that mean it never goes if it rolls a 0?
He's a
It
giant...
has no initiative?
Yeah, the tendrils are flinging all over the place, flipping out, and there's mud and there's muck and there's other things just spraying everywhere. Kenna's on over about, well, however far she is away from you and the rest of you there. The horses are kind of bouncing around, stamping, winning, and everything like that. Theros, what do you do?
Crush. I'll run up and we're gonna start slicing and dicing.
Okay.
Removing those tentacles.
All right. So the body itself you don't see. You see tentacles kind of in a span all around you, in kind of this, this big area, from various areas and stuff. But they seem to be leading towards, something kind of in the middle. So are you just hacking one of the tentacles?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you take a swing at one of the tentacles, and they're big, and they're kind of easy to spot, and you're able to whack at one of them pretty hard. Go ahead and roll damage. And slashing damage. Okay. All right. And you don't sever the tentacle, but you take a big old hack out of it. Anything else?
Nope. Just getting ready to do more slicing and dicing.
Okay. All right. Then, Gror, what do you do?
Is there anything in that center mass that, you mentioned that, I don't know, looks intelligent or targetable or...
No, really what you're seeing, when I say a center mass, what you're seeing the tentacles all around, and then there's kind of a blank space in the middle that would make it feel like they're probably coming from somewhere, and they're coming out, and they're coming up.
Okay, but you can't see anything in the middle.
No, it's just up underneath. It seems you kind of see the snow moving above it, as if the ground's kind of rolling.
I'm gonna stay prepared to help Kenna in case there's anything else that comes from the side of the grove right now. So I want to hold my shots or whatever.
Okay. What would be the specific trigger of which your shot would go off? You have to identify the action trigger.
if I see anything else, I guess in front of us other than the tentacles at this point. Or if one grabs her and I
Okay.
feel like I can maybe shoot it in order to help
Okay.
her them.
Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. Then Kenna, you're up.
Okay, well, contrary to popular belief, Kenna is going to engage because she's sure that no matter where she jumps, this thing's going to have some reach, and I don't want the horses or anyone else to be grabbed. So
Okay. All right.
I will summon the summon the short sword of speed, and I will go two-handed on it. I will declare spell dance. In 2 turns, I will cast. Let's see. I will cast Chromatic Orb, and I will cast it with the Empower ability from my spell dancing.
Okay.
So I need to get 2 points, performance points before then, and for me, successful attacks count as those.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and
So
that
she
is
goes into this.
24. I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah. She goes into a beautiful dance, and is prepping to actually just lay the smack down in a couple of turns, doing 8 slashing damage to this
Yep,
thing.
she does 8 points of slashing damage, and then because of my ability to do so, since I attacked it, it does not get attack of opportunity, and I will move away.
All right. So,
So
These
what kind of
tentacles.
dancing was this?
It's part of her spell dancer ability.
I mean, is there like
She-
a lot of jiggling and gyrating and?
Kind of, yeah. It's more like a
She's got the
dervish. There's a
ring of
lot of
ja-
spinning
jumping.
and acrobatic, like one leg pirouetting on one leg and swinging, her whole body
Okay.
down in an arc, and
It's
Yeah,
not
does
like
Gora
belly
need to
dancing.
roll a?
it's
does
not
Gora
pumping
need-
and grinding. Yeah, no, it's
Does
No,
Gora
no,
need to
no,
roll
no.
a distraction save?
No, Kenna explained I won't need to, but it was close for a moment, maybe, perhaps.
I pictured all kinds of bouncing. You got that ring, man. You're probably just like a bunny rabbit. Stab here, stab there, stab here.
Kenna, you're off in difficult terrain all of a sudden.
okay.
Okay, if you do that, if you stay upon the trail, I'll let you bounce upon
Yeah,
the trail,
yeah.
kind of over here. Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Understood.
Okay. All right then, Fleegan.
We need some fire. I will use the wand of dying flame or whatever it is to zap it with some magic missiles.
Fire magic missiles. Okay. And those just go ahead and do your damage.
Yep.
All right. I think you
And
have
that
to. I think you have to
did
click
not-
on where it says magic missile to roll the damage.
It did. That's what it came up with.
So if
Oh
I
my.
click on, there you go. There you go. Okay.
Oh, damage?
Wow, you rolled well. So 13 points of force damage as you nail a few different tentacles. All right.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew pew. Anything else, Fleegan?
That is it?
Okay, Fleegan, you're standing up on top of the wagon, right?
Wagon. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Kimber, you're up.
Alright, well, I was driving this wagon, but obviously we're not driving into that. So I'm gonna already be like jumping off the wagon, running up with my mace out and start bashing tentacles if I'm able to.
Okay. So you're gonna jump down and then go somewhere and mash a tentacle.
Yeah, because I don't want to drive the wagon forward. Unless I think the horse can trample it pretty good. That might not be a bad idea.
But you're having trouble keeping the horses under control, so it's
Oh,
probably a good
yeah.
idea not to.
Yeah.
Should I even leave the wagon? That's the problem.
I don't think
Probably
it's a
not
good idea.
if we're having problems
Yeah.
already.
Okay, well, how many
Just get
tentacles
ready
are
to-
there?
How many
Ready to
tentacles are there?
resurrect.
It keeps changing. I mean, they're kind of moving around, and some of them are coming up out of the ground. And right now, you see at least 6.
Alright, let me see here. 8 hours duration on aid.
Might be able to hold the reins if you want to cast Pillar of like Fire and Desolation or something in a 10-foot radius on top of it.
That would be nice if I had that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Well, I don't think I need to increase people's hit points at this point.
What about Bless?
Yeah, Bless is the other option.
Sacred Flame.
Just choose Sacred Flame.
It's cantrip, right?
Yeah, it's free.
Yep. Save that healing.
And nobody's hurt yet, so yeah, I'll
Nope.
save my spells for healing and throw a Sacred Flame. So that's Dexterity. DC
Dexterity
14.
Okay, that fails.
Woohoo! D8 damage.
D8 radiant, if that makes a difference. We have to- Ooh, yay, 1 point.
Oh, did I roll the right dice? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a D8.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
That's the joy of cantrips. That's
Right. So the tentacles are kind of coming up in that area. You guys can see the aura, right? The yellow area.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I can
All
see
right.
the token.
I just see the token.
You don't see the aura?
No,
I don't
No.
see an aura.
no aura.
I thought you meant the ring on the token at first.
Yep.
We are
Hold on.
aura-less.
There we go. How about now?
There we go. Now we can see.
Oh my god.
Oh, dang.
Okay. So
Yellow snow.
Oh, dang.
it's their turn. Yes.
Wigan!
All of the tentacles start flailing and,
Yeah.
and slashing
Gotta
about. One of them is going to go after Kenna. And Kenna, it's going to grapple you. It's going to wrap up around you.
Can I try to shoot that tentacle when it goes after
Okay.
her?
Yep. And we'll do that in just a second. So, Kenna, you're going to take 10 bludgeoning damage and 5 acid damage.
Ouch.
And I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics, your choice, to see if you break free. And you are not able to break free from it.
Gosh, usually a posed test for them to even grapple. Ouch.
I mean, look at that. To escape.
Yeah. 19. Damn.
19.
So, yeah, it wraps right up around you and grabs you hard, and it's pulling you now towards kind of the center area of it,
Okay.
squishing you as you go.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Gror, go ahead and make your attack. So, as he sees this tentacle wrap around Kenna and start to crush her, he takes a shot at it. And
Nice.
rolled a natural 20
Nice.
with the heavy double crossbow.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll damage on that. All right.
16
Okay, I'm not
piercing.
going to have you roll on the crit table because I'm going to actually say something happens. So that is 16 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Be like gooey rewardish. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
he nails that tentacle that wrapped around you, Kenna, and it did so much damage to that tentacle. This thing really felt the pinch of it, and it released you, and you just fall very very short distance right back onto the snow. You don't fall prone or anything like that.
Cool.
But it did end up releasing you, so you were no longer grappled by it. And you are no longer being crushed by it at this point.
And I continue to dance.
Yes, and you continue to dance. All right. So well done, Brewer.
Dance
Anything
battle.
else? You gonna do anything?
The Rambo-like yell as I'm like, firing crossbow bolts at streamers.
That was impressive, right there. All
That was
right.
awesome.
Okay. All right, Will. It's still on its turn. All right. So Theros, one's gonna come after you.
Push it.
Yeah. Does an
Wow.
18 hit? That's bludgeoning. Oh.
That does hit.
You take
Oh.
14 bludgeoning damage, 1 acid damage, and I need to see if you can resist it grappling you.
Just quickly, I didn't think I had an armor class of 20. I thought it was 18 when we reported this over. Because this is showing a 20.
You still had the lucky shield.
Well, if you have the
Hold on.
shield, if you have your
Oh.
shield on, it's probably 20. Without your shield, it's 18.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm using my shield, so
Yeah.
it does not hit that.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so you're able to knock it away with your shield after taking a serious amount of damage. It tries to wrap around you, but you're able to force it off with your shield. Okay. So then one of the tentacles is actually going to come up from right next to where Kimber is and try and nail him. And I think a 21 hits, right, Kimber?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, so you're going to
No,
take
it's
can I-
too high.
I don't know if a warding flare will work on a tentacle though.
Well, we can. Well, no, because it doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, you're right.
So no, it's not. So you can fire that off all you want, but nothing's going to happen.
Yeah,
So
I don't think it's
do
gonna
you-
work. So
do you fire it off?
since I don't think it's gonna work, I don't. But I'm definitely stepping up my spell next turn.
Okay. All right. So 12 bludgeoning damage, 3 acid damage, and I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check, please. Ooh, you tried to resist all you could, but it actually grabs you. And so it's got a hold of you, you're grappled, and it's going to start pulling you towards it. Okay?
Oh wow.
All right. Pulling you up off of the cart. Ripping your hands away from the reins of the horses. Although I may have you check that. Why don't you go ahead and make an athletics or an acrobatics check to see if it pulls you hard enough to pull your hands up off of the reins of the horses.
Did you say roll both or just one of choose one?
Choose one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, actually, you still have hold of the reins, but you're actually up above the horses right now as it's pulling you towards itself. So I'm going to move you forward here a little bit. So he's kind of up in the air, flailing around while he's holding onto the reins. All right, Gror. A tentacle's gonna come after you. Ooh, a 21. Does a 21 hit? I think it does.
That should hit.
Yeah. All right. You're gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage, 5 acid damage, and I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, to see if you're grappled by this thing. Ooh, not gonna be good enough. It's gonna grab you, and it's gonna start pulling you, so you're grappled, and it's got a hold of you.
What about advantage on an ability check? Well, that's still probably not going to be high enough, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could use that if you wanted to, but like you said, it's not gonna be high
That
enough.
says 19.
Yeah. So,
All right, so 15
Okay.
damage.
so 15 damage, yeah. Okay, Fleegan, there's another tentacle coming after you. And it manages to miss you,
Of course it does.
because you're up on top of the thing, and you got enough cover to where it can't get after you. So 4, 5, all right, and then it's going to go after one of the horses. and the horse kind of stamps and snorts and skitters out of the way, and it's unable to wrap around the horse as well.
Good.
So, that did not work. So all of its tentacles have gone flailing around everywhere. You have Theros is not grappled. Let's see, Kimber's grappled and Gror is grappled, and they're lifted up and being dragged toward this thing. So Theros, you're up.
Whoever is grappled closest to me, I will attempt to cut off the tentacle.
Okay. All right, that's Kimber. Go ahead and roll. Okay, you try and hack that tentacle in half to see if you can get it to release him. You do hit it, so go ahead and roll damage, but it's not enough to. So that would be 13.
13.
Yeah, it's just 13. That's still a lot of damage, but not enough to sever the thing. So he's still grappled. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
There's not much else I can do other than just slice.
Okay. All right. Gror, you're up. You're grappled, so you can't move, but you can still take an action. You have no movement. You can't, run or walk anywhere or anything like that. But you can still take a full action outside of that.
But I can
Grappled.
shoot more, right?
Yeah, you can still shoot if you want to.
Yep. Grappled
And
just drops.
and your
to
hands
zero
are
movement.
free. Your arms are free. It's just basically it's wrapped around your body, and you're kind of up in the air.
Would the crossbow do any more damage at point blank or anything like
No.
that?
No, actually, you would attack with
Disadvantage to
disadvantage.
attack,
Yeah, if you were, if you weren't, if you were trying to, so if you were like trying to shoot the tentacle that is holding
Yeah.
onto you, yeah, you would
Like-
would attack with disadvantage. If you're trying to shoot a different tentacle, it'd be normal.
Ah, okay. So who else is grabbed right now? Kimber's grabbed.
Kimber and you are both
Right.
grabbed. Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Yeah.
And how high up in the air is he though?
Kimber.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's up over the horse. He's probably 5 feet in the air right now.
And then the last attack I took, that doubled the damage for the crit right away.
So what it did is, yeah, it rolled your damage twice and then added your modifier to that.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's
just
what
trying to
crit.
get an idea of how much damage I might be able to do. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to free Kimber then, since freeing myself isn't really an issue or a possibility. So I'm gonna shoot at that tentacle instead.
Okay. All right, that's gonna hit. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Hold on, just gotta slide down there.
Okay.
What?
So that crossbow bolt sticks in the
Ooh.
side of the thing, but it just really doesn't do enough to
Minimum damage.
to hurt it very
I rolled
much.
a 1.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Kimber is still grappled at this point. All right. Anything else, Gror? You can't really move. So
I don't think I can do anything like towards animal handling, but maybe if I can do anything like that to try to help calm the horses, that'd be about the only thing I would.
No, because that would all be a full action, and all you'd have left is a bonus action since you used your action to attack.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're good.
So what it did is it pulled you into itself at this point. You're gonna take 9 bludgeoning damage and 3 acid damage, so you're gonna take another 12 damage. And it's got you on the ground. It's actually now trying to pull you. You see the snow kind of open up as there's this mouth sort of thing down up underneath the snow, and it's now actually trying to pull you down into its mouth. It's pulling you into the snow.
Good times.
Okay. So, and you took that extra 12 damage, right? Did you take that extra damage?
Yes, it's already marked on the sheet.
Okay, cool. Perfect, thank you. All right. Kenna, you're up.
Yeah, okay, so I see the ground starting to open like a maw.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use the ring and magic missile in through the maw.
Okay.
So that is going to
So he's gonna pew pew pew.
right down its gullet.
You guys are good at rolling 4s on those die, aren't you?
Pew pew. So, oh sorry, that'd be 8, 9, 10. So that'd be 15 points of damage, force damage into its gullet.
And you rolled max damage.
I did.
Wow. Okay.
Then I am going to, since I attacked it, I'm going to move out to here where it cannot get to me. Hopefully.
You don't see any tentacles out that far.
Okay, actually, I'm going to stay just within tentacle range.
Okay.
And that will be my action, and that does give me enough points to be able to pull off the chromatic orb next round.
Okay. All right, Fleegan, you're up.
With the empowered.
So Fleegan, what are you doing?
Trying to find the mute button. So
Okay.
Crimber is actually in the air right now, right?
Yes.
So he's going to run over here. And basically attack the tentacle where it comes to reach the ground. That's what
Okay.
I'm Crimber.
Okay.
And
Stabby,
do it with
stabby.
staff. Gotta find the right dagger.
Any dagger will do.
Yeah.
Oh no, the serrated dagger.
No, this is a serrated dagger. This is special dagger.
Yeah.
Well, they're
All
all
right. He
special.
has the Constitution saving throw, which he fails.
He
All right,
takes 7
piercing damage, and he's bleeding.
each turn
I'm
until he
going to
makes
bleed
a-
damage each turn until he makes a successful con save.
And then we'll just go ahead and attack a different tentacle next turn.
Okay.
And as a secondary, I will go ahead and... Oh wait, that's sneak attack.
Yeah. I was gonna say you can do more damage if you want to.
So 5,
Nice.
Okay.
6 more. 6
Okay.
more. 'Cause I forgot
right.
I'm bumped up. And then secondary... For 4.
All right. So you end up
That should be-
doing.
5, actually. No, that's 4. Never mind.
So you end up doing what? 17 total points of damage to this thing.
Yes.
So Fleegan does what he does. He goes stabby on one tentacle and stabs it pretty good. Unfortunately, stabbing doesn't really.
practiced with the pie.
You did a good job with the pie, but it, stabbing doesn't really sever tentacles very well. So you stabby, do a lot of damage to the thing, but it doesn't free Kimber at all. So anything else?
No, that was my secondary action. Good. It's gonna take me away.
All right. All right. Well, Kimber, you're up.
I'm gonna grab my holy symbol and ask the gods for help and do my radiant dawn, which is a 30-foot area effect.
30-foot aura, I think.
I was
You go
looking
ahead and link it.
I was looking at my spells, but right now for hitting a bunch of tentacles, this is the best one. 30-foot radius. Wait, with everything within 30 feet of you must make a con saving throw. A creature
That
takes...
includes your friends.
No. It says hostile creature within 30 feet
Okay.
of you. Yeah.
Yes, but
Nice.
aren't the tentacles part of the one creature, so you would only
Yes.
hit the one creature once?
It's only the one. Yep.
Why is that?
Because they're
Because
all
all the
one
tentacles
creature.
are part of the one creature.
Oh, so I'm better doing my guiding bolt on the one creature?
Yes, sir.
I was hoping to blow up a bunch of tentacles.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, if it had been multiple creatures, that would have been amazing.
Alright, well, it looks like guiding bolt would be better. Am I able to, let's see, verbal somatics? So there is some somatics.
Grapple just means you have 0 movement. It doesn't mean you can't attack or cast spells, so you're good.
Alright, so I'll target the creature. It's 120 foot range, so that's good. A flash of light streaks toward the creature. Make a ranged spell attack.
Should be on your character sheet. Guiding bolt should be under your attacks and spell casting. Yep, it's right at the very bottom. There you go. Alright, a 15. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Alright, so 15 points
15,
of radiant
nice.
damage. Alright.
Woohoo!
And,
I did something.
yeah.
Who's
nice
badly
fun.
hurt?
I am.
Can I do a healing word, which is a fast?
What's the range?
Glora's too.
— 60 feet.
60 feet.
Yep. So you could get either Gror or me. I'm really hurt.
Sounds like I need
Yeah,
a canna.
I'm only a little below half, probably.
No, shame.
7.
Okay.
And I'm still grabbed, so...
You're still grabbed and you're going to get pulled.
Ooh.
You get pulled in and you're getting pulled down into the maw and the snow and everything like that. You are going to take, what is that? 9 bludgeoning, 3 acid, so another 12 damage. Unless you want me to roll that. I can roll it.
I already added the 12.
Okay.
Probably, I mean, maybe not.
It could be better, it could be worse, you never know. So, alright, so Kimber's getting pulled down and crushed at this point.
By the way,
and now-
whoever attacks it next because of Guiding Bolt has advantage on their attack.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, nice. Okay, so now 2 of the tentacles have somebody grappled, so we got 4 tentacles. One's gonna go after Kenna. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
It does not. It comes very close, but you've been dancing around and moving out of its way, and you're able to dance out of its grasp. So that doesn't hit. Theros. 14 does not hit. You kind of see it come up.
Does not hit.
17 does not hit, yeah. Sorry, that was the damage. 17 does not hit. Alright, Fleegan, one's going to go after you. 13. No, 10. 10 does not hit, does it?
No,
Alright,
Does not.
well, this thing was good at hitting you guys early on, and now it's not so good at hitting you guys.
That wouldn't have hit Kenna if she was... Oh, wait, she doesn't have any armor.
All right, but another one flips around and comes after Theros, and misses him.
Rock
So-
on.
All right, all 4 of them miss, so it's done. So Theros, you're up.
After the one that's got Quimber, because we need our healer, and I've got advantage.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
look at that.
Crit.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
All right, you end up
Didn't
doing
even need
14
advantage.
points of damage.
Do you want me to roll on the crit table, or do you want to do the same?
No,
thing?
I'm gonna have you whack that tentacle in half, and it's gonna release Kimber before Kimber gets dragged into its mouth, and he's now down on the ground, kind of standing on top of that space. So,
You're standing on its faith.
all right. Anything else, Theros?
Nope. Getting ready to get Glora free.
Okay, Grower, you're up.
Do you automatically get bonus actions, or do you have to do something that generates?
No,
a
you
bonus
always
action?
you get an action, a major
one
action, a
every
bonus
round.
action, and a reaction in each round.
Wow, it's a lot of action.
But you can only
Usually, you have to pay double for that kind.
Unless
of
you're a high enough level fighter, in which case you get multiple actions.
yes, or a monk, or but
Oh, yeah.
Right.
yeah.
So everything from the stone is like one action. By the
Okay.
looks of it, like a regular full action.
Yeah, and that's why it's specific when it says action or bonus action or reaction. That's why
What,
it's very
what
specific.
about changing weapons and storing
That you can do
weapons?
that you can do as a free action. I mean, that's just if you want
Yes.
to, that doesn't cost you anything.
As long as you're not like
free
drawing
action-wise,
7
I'm
weapons.
right. I'm gonna sling the crossbow around my head or whatever over me, and then I'm gonna pull my axe and shield, and then I'm going to, with the blue stone in my shield hand, trigger the healing, which I can do 3 times per long rest.
Okay.
And it can be used to restore 1 to 8 hit points to any number of creatures selected by me within 30 feet.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So
I
that's
need a
pretty much
30
everybody
feet.
because that thing's
Yeah.
aura is 30 feet. So pretty much everybody.
Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna roll that first, and it's on my sheet even. I believe. Yes, there it is.
Yep. So everybody gets healed 7.
So everybody heals 7,
Nice.
including me.
Nope, not replace it with 7.
It's okay. I tried to add 6 at first for some reason. All right.
So that's your
So
action.
then I'm gonna take a bonus action and trigger my second wind,
Okay.
and it'll let me regain 10 hit points, or D10 hit points plus my fighter level.
Okay.
So I need a 10-sided die, I think, and I'm adding 3, right? Level 3.
Right.
So
So
that's another 9.
so the fighter turns into the healer.
As usual.
It's not because Kimber wasn't doing a good enough job or anything like that.
No, nothing
and
to do with that.
then now I would need like a free action or something, right? At this point.
Well, you've used
need
your
a
measure and your
reaction.
bonus action,
I'm-
so
I'm
the only thing
all
would
out
be
of-
a
I would have to have a
reaction.
reaction. I don't think I have any reactions.
Yeah. Well, it depends
Those
on
are
the situation, and there's nothing right now. So your turn's done there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kenna.
So I'm just ready to fight, I guess, with the axe.
Okay.
now.
All right, Kenna, you're up.
All right. Well, with the wonder of the ability of Spell Dancer, I
Oh, hang on a second, Kenna.
Yep.
Gror, you ended your turn grappled by the thing, and it's trying to drag you down and pull you into the thing. And so you actually take. Do you want me to roll it, or do you want me to tell you how much damage you take?
I don't know.
Do you want me to take the average damage, or do you want me to roll? It's going to be a it's a luck of the draw at this point.
Why don't we roll?
We're gonna roll it. Okay. So, you're going to take 26 bludgeoning damage and 6 acid damage from it basically trying to eat you.
It's a good thing I healed all that.
No doubt.
I'm just about dead.
So you guys see Gror basically disappear head first down into the snow with, this maw that's opening up and everything, and his feet are kind of dangling up in the air as he's being pulled down in the side, and this thing's just gnawing on him, just munching on him at this point.
Why is it double damage, Casey?
Because it's pulled you close, it's crushing you with its tentacle for the base damage, and then it's eating you for the double damage. Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess.
So, if you read the thing, it tells you, how that happens. But that's my understanding of how this is working. So, it's eating you alive at this point. So, all right, Kenna, you're up.
So because I got enough, I got 2 performance points, and that is enough to do the empower that I was planning to do. And this is the round I'm triggering it. I attack with my chromatic orb.
Okay.
And if I succeed because I empowered it, I get an extra D8 on top of the 3D8 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to do thunder as the damage type.
Okay.
So here we go, boys. Will a 15 hit?
A 15 will hit. Yes.
Excellent. So I'm not sure. Oh, geez, I rolled a 2, a 1, and a 2 for damage, but I get an extra D8, so that's 5 more. So it's 10 total points of thunder damage.
10 thunder damage.
That was so worth it.
Okay. Well, you're seeing your friend get eaten alive, and it's kind of throwing you off your game.
Yeah, apparently.
She falters in her dance a bit, and she's not as effective as she would want to be.
Yeah, and she is going to step outside of where the tentacles seem to be.
Okay.
Because I got an attack against it. It doesn't get to strike me back. I love Dervish. It's amazing.
Yes.
A
little OP, but that's okay.
Can be.
Yeah,
when you remember to use it.
Yeah. Well, this monster's no joke, so.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And
damage to us.
And unfortunately, that is going to be the extent of what I've got at this point.
All right. Well, that leaves Fleegan.
Casey, I got a question.
So you didn't roll
On
the
the-
DC save for bleeding.
Okay, I'll do that in a second. What was the question, Roar?
On the attack damage, like field, how it's like listing the 13 and the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have anything to do with like what it wrote inside of the little description?
What it wrote in the description, that's why I was saying, do you want to take that's average damage. So the 13 is the 1d12 plus 3, and then the 3 is the 1d6. Okay? If you were to hover over the 13, it would show you what it actually rolled. Okay?
Okay. No, that
that's
makes
why
sense.
I was saying, do you want to take the base damage, or do you want me to roll for damage?
No, it just rolled pretty good. I just was wondering.
Yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Yep. Okay.
Still would have been 24 points damage if you'd have taken average. Ouch.
So, Fleegan.
Stab the tentacle some more.
Oh,
and I
and
need
con
to deal
save.
with bleed, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So he makes that save.
That stops the bleeding.
Stops the bleeding. Well, but I'll stab it again and make it bleed some more.
Make it bleed.
This one I'll stab. I'll stab the one next to that's got the dwarf guy.
Roar.
That guy, yeah.
I think his name's on the screen.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
Yep.
And that's gonna bleed.
Yep. That's 5 piercing.
Plus another 9.
Plus
Jeez.
another 9 for sneak attack. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
14.
And second dagger? Does a 9 hit?
Yeah, actually a 9 does hit.
Holy.
Sweet.
These
Three
tentacles are
more.
big. They're big. They're fat, and they're squishy.
And clumsy.
3 more
They're about
damage.
as they're about as dexterous as a moose.
Okay,
17. Jeez.
that's a lot of damage. Boy, you bury that thing in it. It's wiggling all over the place, but stabbing it doesn't really sever it. Although you're doing a pretty good job of trying to cut it apart. So,
Sushi,
like I said,
man, sushi.
they're really big and really fat. Okay. All right. Anything else?
To
Wiggum?
cause it to release.
Yeah, he's trying to see if there's a way that he can, stab this thing enough to where it'll actually let you go.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's piercing damage.
So, all right. Anything else, Fliggin?
I don't carry big axes. I'm sorry. Maybe
You need a
next
bigger
time.
axe.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Let's go for my actions.
All right, Kimber, you're up. Can you take this thing down before it kills everybody?
I was trying to set up Scorching Ray for rolling, because I got Scorching Ray now.
Nice.
Since I have the light domain at 3rd level, you get Scorching Ray. And
Okay.
Sphere of... Fire Sphere or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Flames.
Yeah, just point down. That's all you have to do is point down.
Okay, so I believe to attack with my rays, I get 3 bolts. I have to roll for each one to hit, and I believe it's dexterity.
It's not a
Dexterity
save. It's not a save. It's an attack
It's
roll.
an attack. 'Cause
And
you're
it's a
doing guided
ranged
bolt.
attack, so since you're in melee with it, that would be disadvantage on all 3 of them.
Disadvantage.
Yeah,
It is
'cause you're-
disadvantage if you're in melee with with
Yeah,
a
it's-
ranged attack.
It's point blank. Yeah,
Ouch.
you're.
So you
within-
need either an area of effect or a melee.
I got burning hands.
But is disadvantage that bad if a 9 just hit it?
True, that is
I
true.
mean, I don't know if that should scare you.
That is true.
Well, it's the most damage I could do, and we need that,
Go
right?
for it. Yep.
Let's see if I program this in right. So it's my dexterity bonus or whatever. First one come up right. So still hit.
I'm just looking at what you rolled here because you're
11
yeah,
is the low
it's
roll.
8 plus your pushers. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that looks right. Yeah. So that hits. Yep.
Yep. 8 plus. Oh,
Yeah.
it's your spellcasting modifier, not dex.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your spellcasting modifier.
So it would be your wisdom mod, not your not your dex.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's actually
So-
higher.
So it's actually
yeah.
higher.
Yeah,
So
it's actually higher. So that's fine. They all hit. They all
All
hit
three of
anyway.
those hit.
Okay.
So. All right. So roll your damage on all 3 of them. So boom, boom, boom. This thing messed with the wrong group. So 8, 9, and 9. Goodness
whoa,
gracious.
that was some good rolls.
not bad.
And they should just be 2d6.
Yep. That's what it
That
says you
looks-
rolled.
That looks like what I rolled. Wow, that was some good
Yep.
rolls.
You beat me in damage. I'm hurt. Well, not really.
Well, now I gotta mark off a 2nd level spell.
Yeah.
All right. The tentacles kind of wither and shudder, but the one still got a hold of Gror. It's not so much that the tentacle has a hold of him now at this point. It's basically trying to eat him. But the tentacles are going to take one last ditch effort to try and slash at everybody. One of them still wrapped around Gror, so there's 5 of them left. So Kenna is out of range. One of them's going to pop up and go after Kimber. Ouch. Cat.
Get him, cat.
Ouch.
Sorry, guys. At maximum, I only have 23 hit points. So.
All right. So Kimber does an
30.
18 hit.
18 does.
All right. So you're gonna take it's not as effective this time though. You're gonna take 7 bludgeoning and 5 acid damage.
Oh, that drops me. 7
Okay.
plus 5. Well, I'm at
Yep.
Yeah,
negative 2.
Okay. So Kimber goes down.
You dropped to
Um,
0. Yep.
All right. My cat is insisting that he wants to be petted while I'm in the middle of a battle here.
Of course. Yeah.
Killing my
Because
players.
cats.
Yes, because cats.
Why did I not do a healing word? I forget.
All right.
Because you
Tentacles
forgot.
are attacking strings. Gotta.
Healing word is not a cantrip, right?
Yeah,
No.
it's just a fast.
Yeah, you
action.
can't
Yeah.
you can't cast
Yep.
2 spells in the same turn.
Oh yeah.
Unless
Okay,
one
so
is a
you-
cantrip and
Yeah, unless one is a cantrip, so you couldn't do that.
and,
anyway.
and
All
as a
right,
bonus
so
action.
so Kimber goes down. Kimber, you're grappled again as it wraps around you. All right, one of them's gonna go after Fleegan. Come on. Ooh, Fleegan. 20 hits, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So you're gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage and 5 acid damage, Fleegan.
But I have resistance to bludgeoning damage, so I'll take
Okay.
5 and 5.
So 5 and 5. There you go.
Was anybody
Um,
wearing that armor of acid resistance or whatever it was?
Don't think so.
I think you guys
we
gave
gave
that
that away.
to a Billy. I think you fashioned
Oh.
armor for
Yeah,
Billy out of
yeah,
that.
we did.
Fleegan, I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check, please, to see
Oh,
if
I'm
you
resistant to
grapple.
acid.
Okay. So did that take you down?
I don't
So
know.
you would
What,
take
what does
three-
resistant do again?
You would
Halves
take
the amount of damage.
half rounded up, so
Oh.
you would take 3 damage instead of. So you take a total of 10 instead of a
Oh,
total.
so I'd be at 0 instead
You'd
of
be at
negative
0
2.
still.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's still down. Okay.
I didn't use it earlier though. I forgot.
So Fleegan, acrobatics or athletics check to see if you are grappled. No, you did not save that. So you are grappled, and you're going to. Do you want me to roll, or do you want to take 12 damage? Or well, actually, you would take with that 5 plus 3. You take 8 damage, or I can roll. You tell me.
Why am I taking it again?
Because it grappled you and it's crushing you.
And has acid skin.
Okay. I thought that was part of the original attack. I'll take the average.
Okay, yeah, so you take 5 bludgeoning then, and 3 acid. For a total of 8. Alright. Okay, so Theros. 2 are going to come after you. A 10 is going to miss. And a 9 is going to miss.
This is me doing the happy dance in my seat over here. Like, yes.
Alright. And as that happens, you hear. So as Fleegan is re-grappled, as Kimber goes down, as Gror is about ready to be swallowed and digested by this thing, and spend whatever it is, 10,000 years slowly being digested by the. No, that's a different.
In the
universe.
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
That's,
You hear a familiar bleeding scream come from the woods off to the southeast. And running out of the woods on the
Billy!
southeast, you see a armor-adorned goat that looks like this. If you're looking at my camera. Yelling and screaming as it runs towards the tentacle that's holding Roar, and bucks the tentacle with all of it, or rams the tentacle with all of its might,
What?
causing it to release Gror, kind of bowls into Gror, and Gror goes flying off to the side with it after it. It basically knocks the thing out of it, or knocks Gror out of its mouth, and makes the tentacle go flying off of it. And You feel the ground rumble and shudder and shake as this happens, and all the tentacles just kind of go up in the air, and then they just all fall to the ground off to one side, limp and flat, as everything just kind of slowly quiets down on the
Billy leveled up too. Apparently.
So
Billy.
So at this point, Camber's lying on the ground, unconscious. Gror is not looking very good. Billy's standing over the top of him, licking his face, and Kenna runs over to Kimber.
Yep, and I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Take 11, Quimber.
You mean gain
Roar to
11?
the-
Yes,
How about
gain
take
11. Yes, gain 11. You're at 0, you get 11.
Oh, it's
I
time
would
to
use the
start.
blue stone again too, if we've got that opportunity now.
Sure. Yeah, you guys are outside of combat at this point, so congratulations, you defeated the Grim Lurker after taking a bit of a beating, and
Wow, yeah.
and you have Billy coming to save the day.
Go, Billy!
Everybody, including Billy, heals 8.
Nice.
Oh, who did that?
Gror.
Or use the stone again.
Yeah, the stone that he has.
I'm just glad I didn't get hit the first time. I would have been out real fast.
I'm at 19.
it's-
Who's lowest right now?
It's the fact that you can take like damage 3 times in one attack, you know? Like it hits you, it grapples you, and you attack and you're grappled. That's like 30 some points of damage minimum,
That was crazy.
I think. Tough stuff.
Yeah, we were doing like some serious damage to it. Most
Yeah, you
of
guys
those
did
rolls
it.
were double digits.
Yeah, Kenna was about to draw her short sword in her other hand and use the ring of jumping to come down in its maw, swinging the both blades.
You guys did a lot of damage to it.
Yeah.
This is a tough beast, though. It's a tough beast.
So I'll do that on Gror. 8 points. That was from the
I'm-
amulet.
I'm good, just so you don't waste
sir.
any spells on me.
I am down 10, but the core is down much worse than me.
Yeah. I took 43 damage during that fight, not counting what I healed, which was like, I don't know, somewhere around like 19 more.
Yeah.
That means I must have taken about 62 damage.
It missed a
Pretty good
lot.
for a third level fighter.
Yep.
I have 62 hit points. It's just that the blue stone and the second wind pretty much saved me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have 49 hit points total, max.
Yep.
I took
What did you-
43 of that to go down to 6, and I healed like
Yeah.
about 18 or 19 earlier.
What did you call that thing? I'm gonna write it in my notes.
A big nasty tentacle thing.
The Grim Stalker, I think.
It's a grim.
Grim
lurker.
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 With an E. Grim with an E. Grime.
Not a grime lurker.
No, Grime Lurker would have been probably more disgusting, but less damaging.
It's probably grime lurker. I have trouble reading sometimes, apparently. So I like grim lurker, but it's probably grime lurker. So,
Yeah, no, I'm totally with the Grim.
yeah.
Seems more
All right.
appropriate.
Well, congratulations, you guys survived the beast. Kimber is no longer conscious. Right. So with that, you guys have reunited with your goat, surprisingly. How do you feel about that?
Yay!
It was miraculously he saved my butt. That's for sure.
Yeah, he
goat.
definitely saved Gror's bacon for sure.
Gora's now just hugging Billy back and licking him back as well.
Oh,
Roar was about to get swallowed, so
yep.
I'm listening. Do we hear anything chasing after Billy?
go ahead and roll a perception check, please. All right. No, you don't. The glade actually kind of comes back alive from the trees. There's everything had gotten kind of quiet, and the horses have settled down, and you kind of hear the noises and stuff coming from the trees out beyond the glade at this point. So.
Okay.
Legan would like to look around to see if there's some kind of magical pie that pops out of nowhere for celebration purposes.
Oh, that would be nice, but unfortunately, no more pie. No pie for you. You guys
No
had your
more
pie.
Apparent. Oh, I still have my pie. But apparently Billy must have left that for us before, So.
Billy has leveled up and learned to make a pie.
I always make pies before they just stunk and were really not anything anyone would eat.
So yeah, speaking of Billy, I should probably go in here and make it to where
Kenna hasn't eaten her pie yet. I wonder if she'll notice if I ate it.
Yeah, just try it, little man. You're not eating Kenna's pie, no matter what your dreams say.
second here. Okay. All right.
I suddenly have a urge to create a whole new class just for Billy.
Do you now?
Yes.
Do you now? All right, hang on just a second here. Remember where that is.
Just want to
There it
remind you
is.
guys that it was my idea that we had to save him that time, just so he could save me now. This was a well thought out plan that took like years.
All right.
Well,
Somebody go ahead
2
and shift double click on Billy and see if you can pull up his character sheet. You all should be able to.
I do have him.
Okay. All right. And then can you move him around?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right. You guys have control of him now. So.
Acid resistance. That's amazing.
All right. So yeah, Billy has rejoined the group. And surprisingly to you that you guys have gone quite some distance. I mean, you've been traveling for probably, I don't know. You've probably been traveling for a good 2.5 hours today. And plus the time that you had spent overnight and everything like that. You find him out kind of in the middle of nowhere along this road.
And indicates to me that this was the path they took and he escaped. At least that's my guess.
So now that you guys have had this
Yeah,
this encounter, what do you want to do?
we're gonna need
Feels
to
like eating tentacles for dinner.
No, thanks.
Grora's going to use animal handling to show his appreciation for Billy and clean his armor, polish it, pet him, brush him, make sure his horns are shiny, everything that would be the normal gratification of like
We might
your
wanna-
savior.
Might want to wait and do that until after we get to town so that we don't have to deal with any more of these in the dark. Just saying.
I don't know
I-
that'll stop. They're already in the ground right now, Lee. I don't think
If there's more of those, though,
Yeah.
they're either there or they're not. But
You can
But-
stay. I think we
Okay.
should go.
yeah, let's get a move on, and then when we get to town, we can get Billy some carrots or whatever he wants for
You can
grub.
give Billy love time.
I think you're not like seeing how amazing it was that he saved me from certain death.
We are amazed, and now we want to make sure that all the rest of us don't get certain death either. Come on.
That wasn't my
Plus,
plan.
there's no pie
My
yet, so let's
plan
get a
was the
move on.
goat would come and save me later before I die. You know.
That was a good plan. That was
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, we'll take the goat on the wagon, and I'll clean him and love him and cherish him on the wagon.
There we go.
Okay.
That will work.
Okay. Alrighty. As you guys are kind of packing up and getting ready to head back onto the road, out of the corner of your eye, you see something in the sky that catches your attention. You look to see shining through a break in the clouds that the red star is flickering a bit. After a moment, the blinking stops, but the star looks somewhat different. Somehow.
Is it pink now? It's pink, isn't it?
No, it just has a different look to it, but you can't really put your finger on what exactly that might be. Where did Billy
Okay.
go? Where did Billy go? Does somebody have
He's
him?
probably under.
Oh, he's under Gror.
He's under
Yeah, he's
Gror.
under Gror. Okay. Okay.
Ew.
Yo. So you guys are heading on then?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's just put you back in here. Let me make him go somewhere else here. Okay. All right. Let's put you guys back where you're at. Pretty much the same way you were before. Or are you guys going to do something different this time?
Pretty much the same, I think. At least for Kenna, she's gonna keep out front, keeping an eye on everything.
Okay. Is
I
is
just
Billy?
need to point out again, this was a combat where Kenna was off by herself. The rest of us were
Wasn't
clumped
off
together.
I was 30 feet away from you guys, okay? That's not off by myself. That's within walking distance.
I had to specifically watch for you and make sure you were safe from that first tentacle.
Is
Yeah,
Billy
was.
up on the
Wow.
wagon again?
I put him in there.
We do still have injured. Do we have any items for healing people, or should I start using some spells?
I would use some spells. Let's save the healing potions for when we really need them.
Well, I can tell Gror, myself, and what, Fleegan need healing? Who else?
I'm good. I'm full. Theros, how are you?
I'm good. I'm beat up, but I'm alright.
Oh, it shows you at like 20 on my screen or something like that, Fleegan. But I guess it's just my screen.
20.
So
No, I have 20.
that's full? Or no?
No, 20 out of 30.
So I'll do a cure on each one of us. That's going to use up all my spells, but yeah.
Hopefully we'll
Still have
a
one more
chance.
heal left in the blue stone too, in case we end up needing it.
And I do have one more
Wait.
cure wounds as well.
Okay, there's...
Really best to save one of those
Fleegan.
because they like work on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty, is that
Thank you very much.
I've got a lot of hit points, so
There's Gror.
Yep.
And myself.
Thank you.
All right. You guys heading on now?
Moving on.
All right. As you continue on, the warmth of the soul was reassuring and welcome earlier as the as the clouds kind of part. And you see that red star and everything like that, and the sun, the soul comes out and warms you up and everything, but already it's becoming obscured by the clouds again. The wisps of the mist cling to the legs of your horses as you trudge through mud and snow. And the air begins to twinkle with frost crystals, and what little light reaches the ground from the overcast sky. A chill runs up your spine as the cold settles across the land once more. And your breath forms a dense cloud of its own as it escapes into the air. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
I think Groar's too busy with Billy.
All right, Theros and Fleegan. You notice that the fog that's formed by your breath coming out of your mouth doesn't do its customary dissipation as it comes out of your mouth, as you would expect. But instead, it seems to gather into a larger bubble around you. Another chill shoots across your back. Your entire bodies begin to shiver. And it's difficult to think of anything but getting warmer at this point. The weather, though gloomy, doesn't seem to have changed from a few minutes ago. But if you force yourself to focus, you don't actually feel any colder. But your body seems to think otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
The horses, they appear afflicted as well. And they have all but stopped. Again, stamping and whinnying in protest at the bone-chilling cold. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
I finished with Billy, and now I want to help take care of the horses.
So do you get down?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself to where you get down.
Get down with your bad self.
Okay, so everybody kind of comes to a stop. The horses stop and they start to kind of whinny. Groar gets down and starts trying to tend to the horses. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check there, Groar. Anybody else do anything like that too?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my horse calm.
Are
Calm
you
her
still
down.
mounted?
Yep. I'll just talk reassuringly and pat her on the neck and
All right, you can give me an animal handling there. Kimber, what'd you do?
I'm just staying on the
I'll,
reins while Groar's dealing with the horses.
I'll use my advantage on the ability check.
Okay.
I think that'll work on this one, right?
You can use that if you want to, for sure. Go ahead and take care of that.
I'd rather have a
And
19.
check.
Maybe it'll help.
Okay. All right. Take that one away. Save. Done. Okay. So Roar ends up with a 19. All right. Yeah, Groar, you're able to, at first, nothing you're doing seems to calm them down, but after a bit, talking soothingly into the ear of the one on the right there, you're able to get that one to calm down a bit. Kenna, it doesn't want to move, but its ears kind of flatten, and it's definitely uncomfortable, as you're
I'm gonna
trying to calm it at this point. What's
start looking around because something is causing this.
Okay. All right. As you look around, there's a sharp sound like a crack of ice that reverberates across the road. And that mist that's beginning to pool around you suddenly crystallizes as if stepping out of thin air. Several jagged, translucent figures appear. Silently, they advance, leveling razor-sharp blades of ice. And their violent intent is clear. Cue the encounter music and roll initiative. Please select your hero.
They're
Guys,
over the pie, aren't they?
guys,
This
I
is
don't
because Fleegan was breathing, right?
Did you clear initiative yet? So it doesn't have previous initiative?
Let me. It'll override it because we're on
think
the
it
same.
automatically overrides.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then I'm going to.
Here I was sitting here trying to figure out what that noise was, and started looking around my basement. I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's the encounter music.
Oh yes.
Casey, are Fleegan and Groar's ice creatures smaller because we breathe less?
No, it's not coming from your breath.
Nice try.
Although that was a little meta, but that's all right.
Is there artwork for this?
There is. Thank you
Yay.
for reminding me. I appreciate that. I need that from you. Thank you. There you go.
Oh, dang.
I say no, and we just move on. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris. Now I'm actually scared. That's great.
They just need a very big warm hug.
Well, that's a
Throw-
better initiative than the last one. Goodness
I throw
gracious.
pie at them.
Okay. All right, my friends. Well, Fleegan, you win. What are you doing?
I haven't quite learned Fireball yet, or any other flame-related attacks. So I will use the Wand of Dying Flame and hope that its small flame will help the one next to me.
Okay. All
This
right.
guy right here.
All three at that one?
Of course, yep.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and roll your damage. So he points his wand right in this thing's face to see if he can melt the icicles down. So that's 2 plus 4 plus 3. So that's
9
That's
points of
9,
fire.
right? Okay. All right. So these embers of damage hit this thing, and you see them actually melt around it as it hits it. So it definitely affects them pretty severely. So,
Cool, so
Yeah.
like double damage.
Look, if you got them, boys.
it looks like it definitely did some severe damage to them, and it really melted as these things hit all over it. It doesn't go down, but you've melted most of it down to the ground at this point. So
he went from a 6-foot-tall person to about a gnome size.
well, it's got these big gaping
Melted?
holes in its icicle structure. So no. Okay. All right. Anything else?
I will use my dash option to get out of immediate combat range with them.
Okay, so you're able to disengage with your cunning
Disengage.
action.
Cunning action.
Skill. Cunning action.
Any
Yeah.
action.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, Kenna, you're up.
All right. Sword of Speed and the Seric Iron short sword. And I will do the one to the north of me with the Sword of Speed. 23 hit.
23 does hit, yes.
So that's 5 points of slashing. And then the iron short sword against the one that's to my right. That's a crit. So
That is
that's
a
going to
crit.
be
Look at that.
9, 10,
Dang.
11. That's going to be 11 points of piercing.
Okay. So 11 piercing, and what was the other one?
5 slashing.
Okay, alright. So you go to stab, and it's like stabbing a block of ice with an ice pick. You know, it
Okay.
just, I mean, you kind of hit the thing, and it kind of sticks in it, but it doesn't really go very far in. And you go to slash it, and it's like, you know, attacking a block of ice with a giant machete. You know, it kind of chips it a little bit, but it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really sink in very well. So, I'm sorry, what was that total again?
It's 11 piercing and 5 slashing. 5 slashing to the one above me, and the 12 piercing to the, or 11 piercing to the one to my right.
Yeah.
So, and then I will use my dervish action and come the hell over here. Because no, I said no, bad touch. Actually, I'm gonna just step off to the side over here. And as I do so, I'm going to smack the horse's butt to hopefully get it to run away as I leap off of it.
I have to write all this down on a piece of paper because I messed these up, so they're not working as well as I thought. So, okay.
Alright.
Anything else?
Yeah, just I jump over here
I see
and
that.
smack the horse in the butt so it runs away.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll run down the road. Okay. All right. Grower, you're up.
He's gonna say the command word and have his axe light up on fire with magic,
Okay.
and shield as well, so one-handed.
Okay.
He's gonna call for Billy,
Okay.
and hang on, I might have to do this in a specific order.
Who wants to take care of Billy? If you want to take care of Billy, go ahead and roll initiative for him and do all of that.
I will just because I mentioned it, I guess. I don't have a sheet open though. If somebody has it open, I can do the initiative. Hang on, let
Yeah,
me
I can do
finish.
it.
Let me finish
got it.
this turn first. So
Whoa,
I want
Billy
to...
fast.
Yeah, Billy is fast. I'm gonna go ahead and put him up there with Roar.
I'm gonna use action surge to get an action on top of my regular action. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get 2 actions. Okay.
Right. Because why save them? So I'm gonna hit the one closest to me.
Okay. So go ahead and take a swing. You needed that. You needed that. Well, see, he rolls 2 natural 20s in a row, so why not?
Wow.
You can roll on the crit table if you want, and go ahead and roll your damage at the same
Oh,
time.
I forgot to roll on the crit table.
I don't know.
Did you roll a natural 22?
Yeah, that's my Sarek Iron Short
Oh,
Sword.
you did, yeah. Okay, we'll roll on the crit table too then. Oh, look at that! I see that.
I do not see the crit table.
So that's 3 natural 20s in a row. Is there not a crit table on this one? Did I not
Nope.
bring it over?
It is not over here.
Okay. Well, we'll forego that for this session, and I'll have to remember to bring in the next one.
Got it.
So, okay, just go ahead and that's 3 natural 20s in a roll, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wow.
So,
But if you think about it, it's a female, a goat, and a man. So it's
well,
really-
yeah, that's true.
So it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
at least equally distributed. It's a,
Hey, it's not unlikely that a female, a goat, and a man all roll a 20.
All right, so that's 7, 8 slashing damage. What did the fire do? Does it turn it into fire damage or?
You see, you're the DM. I made that part up. I don't have a flaming axe.
yeah, he doesn't have it. Yeah.
Oh, you just made that up. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was another one. Is that another one of those April Fool's jokes?
Well, at this point, I suppose it has to be.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He did that. He did that to me yesterday, too. So, oh god, yeah. So 8 slashing damage, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah.
but, you know.
Again, it feels like you're hitting a massive block of ice as you hit the thing. You know, it hurts it, but it just kind of chips off more than cutting into it. So.
It's a magical axe at +1. I don't know if that matters for any part of the calculation, but
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right, and then you get a second attack or action.
so
Second
I'm going to attack him again, I guess.
Okay. All right. A 15 will more or less bounce off of it. So, you kind of hit the thing, but you don't do any damage.
Great.
Right. All right. Anything else?
Nope. I think that should be enough.
All right. Well, then what about Billy? What does Billy do?
I think Billy should depart the wagon, jumping off to the left and attack the other one in front of the wagon.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I think Lee has his character sheet, so
Oh, I do. Yeah, sorry.
I gotta get the goat off of the horse.
So he's going
Bad Billy.
to,
Bad.
yeah, get off the horse, Billy. Get off your high horse.
I can see
Yeah,
that
so-
though. He jumps out of the horse, and jumps on him.
Yeah, so he would charge, probably
Yeah.
an extra D4 of damage from a ram attack.
Okay, that hits. Look at that 20. That's
Wow,
pretty
not a
20 right there.
natural, but
Yeah,
it's
that's a dirty 20 though.
it is a dirty 20, and that does. So it's going to be 2d4 plus 2 bludgeoning. Let's see.
You should be able just to click on where it says RAM.
Got
Just
it.
click
I
on
see.
where it says RAM.
They go and update these things, then I can't find anything. So that I rolled with the extra D, so
Yeah, I
it's
see
6
that.
total.
I'm gonna roll
points.
that too, but just to show you,
Yep.
there's
yep.
that, and then you can click on that. It should roll
Yep.
the damage. Okay, so 6 damage. Okay,
Yep. 6
Oh.
bludgeoning.
I'm just kind of showing you how that works.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Okay, so wow, so he rams into the thing. His horn kind of, again, it's like poking an ice block. All right. Okay. So then it's their turn. The one next to you, Kenna, is going to. It's basically got blades made out of ice, so
Uh-huh.
it's going to try and slash you.
I'm going to try to not let it.
Okay. Well,
That's
at
gonna hit.
24, it's
Yep.
probably going to hit and do 7 slashing damage and 6 cold damage from the cold bite.
Whoa!
Aha, hold on. I have the coat that gives me resistance, I believe. It is. Where did I put it? Yeah, I bought a coat from the traveling salesman that was magical against cold. Just trying to find it.
Oh, he has resistance to cold damage, right?
Yes, it's got resistance to
So-
cold damage
So
and
you
a
take
plus 2 save versus cold.
Okay, yeah. So you take 7 slashing and 3 cold then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And the other one's going to move over to you and
miss.
try and attack you and miss
Yes.
that one. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. Gror, one's going to try and attack you. A 22 should hit. So you take 11 slashing and 7 cold damage. Okay. And then the other one that got rammed by Billy is going to go after Billy. And
That's the disadvantage of having Billy ram them.
yeah. So, but the disadvantage is still a 13. What's his armor class?
His armor class is
Hopefully
12.
a 14.
Yeah. No, his armor class is a
12.
12.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Darn.
So it's actually going to take Billy down. So Billy is gets
Unconscious.
stabbed by this thing, unconscious.
Yep.
Well, he hasn't.
Poor Billy.
He doesn't have any dex bonus, huh?
Nope.
Doesn't have Dex or Con.
me
So
look at
yeah,
this
so
table
four
once.
hit points. Yay!
Yeah. Actually, he should have 6 hit points,
Oh,
but
okay.
he's still down.
He's still
so,
down. Yeah.
Yeah. He should have a total of
6
6 hit points. I
points.
think his
Got
token
it.
just didn't update. So, all right. Yeah, he leveled up, so he has more hit points. All right. So yeah, that one takes Billy down, and then the one on Kimber fumbles.
Yay! Don't have the fumble charts either.
Yeah, and I don't have the fumble chart, so he's going to slip, and he's not going to be able to attack next turn. And then the one on Theros. There's 2 on Theros.
2.
That's
Does hit.
yeah, 18 does hit, so you're going to take 11 slashing and 6 cold damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, these things hurt. And
You know-
then the other one's going to roll a natural 20.
Oh. Alright, well that's gonna take me down.
So Theros goes down.
Let me see here. 16 plus. Yep. Puts me at -1.
Yeah.
That means you go to 0. Damn it.
Yeah. All right. So these things cut down Theros pretty badly. All right. So that's all of them. Well, Kimber, what are you gonna do? Things are going down left and right.
Save us! And I do my Radiant Dawn that I saved, and everything's within 30 feet of me, it looks like.
Yeah. Let me pull an aura up for you here. All right. There you go. Yep.
So they need a con saving throw.
Okay.
DC 14.
Okay, fail. So I'm gonna go from the one above Kenna to the one beside Kenna. Fail, fail. The one above Gror, fail. The one beside Gror, fail. The one above Theros, pass. The one beside Theros, fail. So only one passed.
And the one next to Kimber.
Oh, another one next to Kimber. Sorry. He succeeded. Okay. So is it full on a fail and half on a success?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
And it's radiant damage, so it's supposed to be like sunlight coming down.
okay, yeah.
It's
So-
not fire damage, but radiant is good.
Yeah, so that one is going to, the radiant damage is going to, from the holy searing light, is going to melt that one into a puddle.
Nice.
This one right here. Take.
I shall call you a puddlemancer.
Is that a subclass of wizard?
Yeah. It's the
Okay.
puddlemancer. Yeah, it's like Evoker, but you know.
Okay. All right. So a lot of them seem to melt down a little bit. You see drops of water melting off of their sides from the holy fire as it comes down. Anything else, Kimber?
Shoot, I can't do any healing, but I'll move over. Since the one's dead melted next to me, I'm gonna move to Billy.
What about Theros? He's unconscious too. So just saying.
We gotta have priorities.
Yes, Legan.
Hey,
Yes,
the
Legan.
temporary hit points, Casey. Is that an action, or is that something I could do?
Where did that come from? I don't remember.
Oh, I've had this GUI reward for a very long time.
Okay. You would have. It does it. What does it say? Does it say that you can use it at any time?
Let me see.
I gotta go find it. Hang on.
Single use may be played at any time. Yep. I just realized I had that.
Well, it
Just
says
have one
may
of
be
those
played at
in
any
the
time, so I will let you as a play it as a reaction. Sure, why not? Okay. So you can go ahead and get 2d8 hit points above. Well, how many did you lose?
A lot.
Yeah, so you lost. So ultimately, you would have negativized. So I need to find out if you had enough to still not go down. Does that make sense?
Oh, I have a question. Is my radiant spell considered a spell or a special ability?
I don't know. Hang on a second.
All right.
Let me deal with Theros here real quick. So Theros, you took.
I would have gone to -1.
You would have gone to -1. Okay,
Should
so
be a 10 then.
so you have 10 hit points. Okay, so you're not down. Okay,
Yep,
Okay.
I'll do that.
and then that
Nice.
guru reward is gone. So let me take that off here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, that's gone. Okay, boom, 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 gone. Okay. All right, so your Radiant, was it a spell? Was it a first or second level spell, or was that an ability?
It's channel divinity. It's the same as turning undead, I guess.
Not a
That's an
spell,
ability.
So I don't know if I can use healing word in conjunction
Yes,
with
you
that.
can.
Oh,
I will
there
let you do it.
Well, Theros sadly needs it. Otherwise, I'd do it on Billy. So I'm gonna try to manually help Billy next turn, I guess.
Okay, okay,
But I think Theros needs it because he's going to get stuck a bunch more.
okay. All right, so
Hopefully not.
okay. Make sure you're keeping track of your spell slots too.
Yeah, I got one left now. One
Okay.
first, 1 second.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and roll your heal for him, and while you're doing that, I'm going to move to Theros and let him know it's his turn.
Ooh. For my action, which is a free action, as a bonus action, I'm going to raid.
Okay.
Rage.
Theros goes into a rage, of course.
And I will proceed to kill the one that is the farthest from the group.
Okay.
The one that's just on the bubble there.
Okay. Looks good.
Because the best way to split ice is with a big axe.
Ha!
Does a 23 hit?
23
If it doesn't,
does
we're in
hit.
trouble.
A 23 does hit. And you take your big axe and slam it into a giant block of ice.
And crack it into pieces.
13.
Or 13.
Yeah, because I'm raging. It doesn't have that.
Okay.
Plus 2.
Okay. Anything else?
If there was a flame around, I would use Stories of Embers, but no.
It's about to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, Fleegan was throwing flame out of his, but it ended up, kind of almost melting one completely down, so that didn't work. All right, well, Fleegan, it's your turn.
Okay, well, more flames. Everywhere flames. So,
Fire.
do I have to declare which ones I'm attacking before I roll?
If you're using the magic missile, they auto hit, so you just have to declare which ones you're hitting.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying for damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have to declare before damage. Okay, so
Yes.
1 here
Okay.
and 2 here next to Billy.
Just 2 on the one next to him. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That
All
one.
right. Okay.
Roll them.
So here is Theros as soon as I figure out where it disappeared to me. There's 3.
3 fire.
All right, that one lands into that, and it sizzles and burns it down into a puddle.
Nice.
And 7 for the one next to Billy.
7 for the one next to Billy. Okay. Okay. All right. 2 massive holes in that one, but it's still moving. It's still kicking. So, anything else?
That is my action.
Okay. All right, Kenna, you're up.
I am placing a burning hands over these 2.
I was wondering if you would. Okay, just over those 2.
That's all I can reach with the 15 foot, so 15-foot cone.
Based on how you're doing it, yeah, I don't think you
Yeah.
would be able to get the one next
Even
to
if
you. And you
yeah,
over
even if
here.
even if I was over here, I wouldn't be able to get this one. So this one over here. So just these 2.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay.
Oof.
So, dexterity.
Dex save.
Dex save.
Yep.
Okay. Pass and
DC 14.
fail. Okay.
Okay. So the one that failed takes 9 fire. The one that succeeded takes 5 fire.
Okay. Well, that came out well because you managed to completely melt both of them.
Yes, that was the goal.
That came out just right based on who passed and who failed. So
And that's gonna put. And then I
yeah.
will run over here.
you reach out your burning hands and you put it in their face, and you know, just fire flame, and they just melt underneath the flame that comes from your hands.
Oh, actually, I'm not going to run over there. I'm going to actually stay back here because I have a
Okay.
ranged attack I want to do.
All right. Okay, Gror, you're up.
Billy get healed?
No.
Not yet. We're
Billy
working on
is,
it.
Laying there
Then I'm gonna
unconscious
use-
on the ground, but
I'm
Kimber
gonna use
was
this
gonna go
stone
over.
again then,
Okay.
and heal everybody within 30 feet, which should be.
All right. Yeah, that'd be everybody.
Yep.
These horses have extra hit points yet from this today?
Yeah, these horses are now tanks.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But yeah. So go ahead and roll your heal. All right. So everybody
Hey,
heals 7.
You buy that I have a flaming axe, but now you're not thinking that my heals are making the horses super.
Hey, these are
Oh,
already
no.
super horses as they are, so.
Exactly, right. Okay,
might-
so
it might
everybody
Comfort
everybody
sim.
heals 7.
Anything else,
Hey,
Gror?
That heals Billy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
should put him all the way back up at least,
Yep.
which was my main goal. And how about like skill things such as intimidation or something like
That's
that?
an
Are those
action.
free? Oh,
That's
they're
an
full?
action.
Okay. Then I'm
Yeah.
done.
All right. Then it's Billy's turn. What's Billy doing now that he's no longer unconscious? He's laying on the ground, so he would have to get up. He wouldn't be able to ram. But
He should probably just get up and
Probably
leave.
stands up, shakes his head, and then just like headbutts one.
yeah.
I think he needs another attack on him. He should either go try to help Theros.
You know, yeah. Why
run
don't
on
I?
the-
Why don't I? The next time, let me adjust his character sheet when I get a chance, and I'll make it to where he can do like a headbutt. I think he should be able to do that. So, but he's a little woozy at this point, so he doesn't get that this time. All right. So it's their
the charge.
turn.
The charge
we-
is a separate ability than the ram. The ram is
Can we
just
move him away from
I'm-
the one that's by him now?
I'm gonna rule because he was unconscious. He kind of had to get up, and he wasn't
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
sure where he was at and what he needed
So,
to do.
but
So
I
yeah, he's still learning. You know, I mean, he's not as smart as you guys are, but he's getting better.
he's not a
so-
dwarf yet.
I thought he was
All right.
smarter than half of us.
All right, so the one on Gror is going to
I'll bang on my shield to try and get the other one's attention.
miss. The other one thought that that he had taken the goat down, so he goes after Gror as well, and hits Gror. 5 slashing and 5 cold damage, Gror. Alright, and then this one is going to go after Theros. And hit Theros for 9 slashing and 7 cold damage.
Ouch.
So
Just not damn cool.
That's 5 plus 7.
So I healed Theros for 5, and then he got healed for 7 just now. I hope you got all that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he did. Yep.
I'm down to 12.
Yep. So he's doing well. All right, so they're done. Yep, they're done. All right, Kemper, you're up.
All right. How can I get? I got burning hands also, but I also have scorching ray.
Scorching Ray sounds like it wouldn't fan out and hit anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Burning
exactly.
hands. Burning hands would work against those two in front of you, and not. You would be able to do it in a way that wouldn't hit Gror or Kenna.
Yep.
The horsies?
So well.
The goat?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, no. The goat would be in the way.
And am I too close to where it'll be disadvantage on scorching ray?
Scorching Ray, yes. Not the one above Gror.
Because I'm not a melee, right? I can
Yeah,
step back
so-
if I wanted to.
You're not engaged with either one of those, actually. No, you're not. So you could move back if you wanted to.
Is there any way to tell how badly these things are? Because I could spread out my rays to all three of them.
Well,
That's
this
what
one
I'd
right
do.
here, 2 big holes in it.
Yeah,
Two
I would
really
definitely
big
do
holes
that.
in it.
Yeah, so I'll start with the bottom one by Theros, then the one by Billy, and then the one by Gror.
Okay. Okay, so that one first.
It's gonna miss.
That's so this one is gonna miss. This one, you said the one by Billy was next.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna hit. And that one's gonna miss. So you hit the one by Billy.
And if it does extra
For
damage or
5
not.
fire damage. Okay, so that one is gonna completely engulf and melt that one to the ground.
Not sure why that says dexterity save, because it's not a save for Scorching Ray.
Yeah, I need to take that off. I don't know why that's
Oh,
there.
okay.
Okay. So that one is. Okay. All right. So that one's down. Okay. All right. Anything else, Kimber?
See, I moved. Scorching Raid. No.
All right. Then. Okay. Are you out of spell slots now?
I have a first level, that's it.
All right. Theros, you're up.
Let's crush this last one.
Okay.
We'll do use the advantage. It's a relentless attack. Because it doesn't.
You already rolled a 19. You don't need advantage.
I assume that hits.
19 hits. Yeah. 16 slashing damage, huh?
Oh, wee.
Max damage.
Nice.
All right. So that is. Okay. All right. That's a chip off the old block. So you're
Yup.
chipping away at it. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Fleegan, you're up.
All right. Getting low on charges, guys. You gotta kill these things. Come on. I'll send one towards Theros and 2 towards Grors.
Okay.
So here comes Theros. For 3.
Oh, that was just enough to melt the thing. Just enough.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Oops, ignore that. That was wrong. Click. So 6.
All right. Let's see here. All right. 2 big holes in that one, but it hasn't gone down yet. So, anything else?
That is it.
All right, Kenna, you're up.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit
What? Oh, that's
See,
not cool.
as he tries to shoot a pew pew firebolt at this thing and misses. Anything else?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and come up behind it, and with my offhand, I will swipe at it with my Serric Iron short sword
Okay.
for my bonus action. 22 hit?
Yeah, that actually does hit.
Okay, 6 piercing.
All right. So
Serric Iron, I don't know if that means anything, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's like stabbing a block of ice or slashing
Yep.
at a block of
Yep.
ice. And there you go. All right, Gror, you're up.
I'm out of heals and nearly anything extra to do. How hard is that one between me and Kenna now?
A little bit.
It's
It hit a
got
few
it's got 2 big gaping holes in it, but it's still it doesn't seem to really indicate whether it's hurt or not. It just they're these big ice creatures that are slashing at you.
Well, two big holes sounds pretty good. I like the sound of that. So I'll attack between those 2 big holes.
Okay. Try and break that bridge.
I got one higher than when I missed.
All right.
The 16 hit.
That is going to hit. That's just enough to hit. Yep.
Huzzah. Good thing I went between those holes.
Yep. And you know
You take
what?
11.
You know what? You did enough damage. You succeeded in taking that one down too. So
It shatters.
it shatters after hitting the holes in the middle. So yeah. So
It's still
congratulations.
icy
guys.
though. Pieces of ice. laying
Yeah,
around?
pieces of ice laying around on the ground for sure. Yeah, but they're kind of soaking into the snow and everything. So
They're melting away.
they're melting. They're melting. Huh?
And I will go
Wondering
get
if
my
we all
horse.
pee on them and melt them, it'll stop them from coming back.
Peeing on them doesn't seem to make any difference, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
didn't-
Kenna can't really do that well. So,
I didn't say I already did it. I just said
Oh.
I won. Casey.
but I thought it would be kind of fun.
Well, it is warm.
It is, yeah. I mean,
It could be fitting,
Well,
Yeah.
you would think, but it doesn't.
fitting
So
burial.
I don't know. Maybe somebody tries that. Maybe you know what? Actually you didn't do that. Billy goes over and tries to pee on one of them, and it doesn't seem to make any difference. So
I turned them into
Ah,
snow
okay.
cones.
the one that was peed on, though.
No,
that's a
Ew.
good idea.
it's lemon. Here, Gror.
You're not getting me with that twice. That's not going to work again.
All right, so you guys have defeated these things. I think you guys are just about plumb tuckered
Dead.
out at this
I'm
point.
just
aren't
about
you?
dead here.
I've still got a couple of first level spells, but that's about it.
So I'm gonna kind of say this. I think you guys are pretty well sapped at this point. You've been trudging through this sludge and this snow. It's cold. It's misty. And you've had 2 pretty severe encounters where many of you have taken a significant amount of damage. You're just downright exhausted. And you're kind of feeling like maybe it's time for you to maybe just kind of cut your losses and take a break for the evening. What do you think?
Yeah, time to cuddle up in the wagon.
Yep.
Some kind of protection for the horses to help, like, keep them warm or something, too.
Yeah, we've got
Like a
blankets.
lean-to.
We got blankets, and we can definitely fashion a lean-to of some sort, I'm sure.
How far?
Yeah, as much as it was threatening to snow, the farther you get into the bog, the more it seems as if the bog is just the ground itself is much warmer, so it's kind of muddy, and there was a blanket of snow on top of it, but it's kind of melted into a sludge, and the storm doesn't really seem to be gathering like you thought it might. So your intuition is kind of telling you that it's probably not going to storm. You know, the horses are used to this kind of thing. You do have some blankets and some provisions to take care of them that you found when you found the
Yep.
horses and stuff. So you probably well served being able to take a rest then.
Cover their backs, their faces, maybe their ankles, legs. I don't know. Much as we can. Keep close to the wagon, hit each other.
This is the road into town. What's this tell you about town?
Yeah.
It's a good distance. I mean, you guys have traveled for about half the day. Half to 2/3. Well, probably more like about 2/3 of the day. I mean, it's not evening yet, but it's definitely later in the afternoon.
And we are
So-
definitely setting watches. I am not getting caught with my pants down again.
Literally.
Hush.
Oh, if it's more of these things just being like Billy did.
I think Kenna just said we're supposed to watch and make sure her pants stay up. I don't understand.
So
No, I agree.
Go to
This
hell
road
to
is way
sleep.
too dangerous. We've already, traveled half of the day and had like the two most dangerous encounters I recall.
Yeah, in a long time.
So if we're gonna go any farther on this road, we should probably take a week off.
Well, we don't have a week, but yeah, definitely take at least the night. So
Hey, Kenna, you might want to retrieve your horse that's running down the road.
yeah, I already said I chased after
Oh,
it. So
sorry.
that's a
Probably pretty funny with your pants down.
I'm gonna smack all of you, every single one of you. I'll wait till you're asleep, then I'll
Do you
knock
find
your
the
heads
horse
together.
is my question, or is there a giant there by the horse now or something too? This road is like crazy dangerous.
Yeah. Some kind of ice demon or something. Yeah, that's how we need. Oh wait, why are we giving the GM ideas? Let's stop this right now.
yeah, if you
Well,
could
we
see
could-
me, I mean, I'm sure enjoying, but
We could use like the other deceptive things, like claim we have magical weapons and stuff. And,
So Kenna, before she goes to sleep, once her watch is over, because she'll take first watch, she pulls out that silver-plated hip flask that we found that has a cherry-smelling liqueur in it.
mm-hmm.
She's gonna just drink all of it and then go to sleep. So
just knock
That'll
yourself
make
right
it
out.
easier for
Yep.
Fleegan to take your pie.
yeah, Mama said, "Oh no! I eat my pie while I'm on watch." So
Did you say you're gonna get drunk on watch and go to sleep?
no, I said after my watch is done.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, that's not how you do that. That's
So we're getting on tonight. So you guys are able to find yourself a little bit of clearing just right next to the road, and a place where as it gets later, it seems as if the ground's a little bit more solid. Might have been rocky or something underneath, so it wasn't as sludgy. But you find a place to really kind of set up camp for the night, and yeah, you guys will set your watches, right?
Hmm.
So who's got first watch?
That would be me.
Okay. All right. So Kenna has first watch.
And I
then
eat my
who's
pie
gonna-
while Fleegan's sleeping.
All right. And then Fleegan's gonna have second watch.
Fleegan's going to watch her eat her pie and have such a sad look on his face.
Oh.
And then have second watch.
Yeah. Theros has this uncontrollable urge to go potty, and you know what berry pie can do to you. So
Oh yeah.
he's been dealing with that since he ate a half of a whole pie. So So there's
I-
that.
trust me, I've been there.
sleep Theros. Yeah, you sleep Theros, but you have to get up a couple of times in the night and go take care of that business.
Otherwise, a sneeze at the wrong time could be really bad.
Well, it should be nice and warm on top of them. Correct, ample burial for these ice creatures.
He finds a way to be able to dispose of everything, right? You guys have moved down the road a little bit, but I like the flame for sure. So yeah, who has second watch?
Fleegan.
I do.
Flagan has second watch. Okay, all right. So yeah, you guys are going to go ahead and take your long rest for the night. That's where we're going to end for the night.
Yeah.
We'll pick up in the morning or some other time, depending on how evil your DM is.
Schedules. And depending on schedules, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's where we'll finish up for tonight. Incredible amount of combat. You guys did a good job not dying. And
We appreciate not dying.
That was a tough one not to.
Yeah.
but
we took about 100 damage almost.
yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, I had a good time tonight too, and I hope that you guys enjoy the sleep that you get this evening, and that your characters do the same. So we'll let our viewers go, and we hope that all of your adventures are sticky.